Hello. I'm pretty sure we're working now. Can you guys sprechen Sie Deutsch so we can make sure that you guys are working?
No
Ja.
sprechen Sie Deutsch.
So that you guys are
Hello?
working.
No
Ja.
sprechen Sie Deutsch.
So that you guys are
Hello?
working.
It is hearing it. I can hear it.
I can also hear it, so we're gonna say that's a win. And hello and welcome to Leagues Underneath, episode 7, and the last episode of the year. Woo! I don't know why I made the ghost noise with that, but you know what? We'll go with it. Last we left off, the Gangarang threatened to eat a random dancing man. Fought with their comrades, sat on my mouse. Beans. Excuse me while I move this cat. Went to a meeting that they definitely should not have been a part of, so much so that the leaders of that particular meeting did not turn up and you had to listen to a turtle talking. We're currently saying that we're still there, because I can't remember if the guys left yet, and have to decide what the name of their group is, as well as also formulating a plan of attack for this event that has opened up in the loading bays of the rogue group that you are currently meeting at. So, Reggie, what are your thoughts in this moment? How are you doing?
Well, we said we needed to go to the vents. I kind of wanted to rob the one guy, but that's fine.
Neebs McFleebs?
Maybe Thebes McFleebs, but hey, we have to go be efficient here. I don't know if my family's made it back, so I'd say we're just going to now look over at Titus. We'll let him lead the way out in front of the wherever we're going to do.
As you turn to gesture at Titus, Vivi has suddenly appeared from whatever stasis she existed in previous episodes, so she's now next to you as well. Just kind of chilling like she's been there the whole time.
Oh, what the fuck?
Vivi!
Oh, you're better at hiding than I am!
It's a Dwight moment from The Office.
Time.
It's Dwight from The Office where he looks down at that little blonde chick, which ironically is his actual wife. In that scene, she actually scared him. He goes, what the fuck?
Wow.
Fun fact, I do that on a daily basis. I walk so quietly, I scare the shit out of my boss half the time, and it's so funny.
I do that to the security officers. It's fun.
Vivi!
Where the fuck did you come from? I've been standing here for 5 minutes.
I actually did that at a burger place getting my dinner the other day. He was making a milkshake, and I was there for a good 3 minutes before he turned around and was like, "Ah!" It's like, "Hi."
Hi.
Vivi, you have been a part of this entire conversation, and we're definitely here for all of this. Any suggestions on group names or what you think you should do in coming into this event situation?
The Outsiders, and nothing that would endanger us of getting arrested, caught, or executed.
What about the magical
Preferably-
disembodied? What about the magical fish voice that came through the person that talked to me? What do you have feelings about that?
Ah,
Warlock shenanigans? I don't know. I speak to my patron like once every 10 days, so I don't know. Again, something that won't really get us arrested or executed. Preferably not executed.
You guys
So,
had a lot of disembodied voices talking to you all the time. From the 2 days that we've known you, there's been a lot of talk of disembodied voices. This is Keith. He's just a fish.
hello, Keith.
He's one of the rogue
There's also-
gossips.
Been a lot of what do we say? Conjugal conversations as well.
There has been a lot of talking about fucking. You're right. You said conjugal, yeah?
That is right. That is correct. You get the. You see, you live with the hoi polloi long enough. You can get some of the fancy words.
I'm not hoying anyone's polloi. Anyway,
To answer your question or concerns, rather, Vivi, this vent should be a plus to everyone in the area, so no arrest as far as I can tell.
What is this event?
vent. Not even.
Vent.
Vent?
It's only
So,
legal
wait,
if you get.
Wait, we're going into an pipes?
No, like deep sea lava vents is the way I understand it. Something you're probably familiar with.
Yeah,
As someone from Ageladon, you do know of a very big line of thermal vents, which is the World Seam. So you know that they're there and they're part of your country's border. I don't know if you personally have
Really,
ever gone
really
to see them
hot.
though. Yeah, because they are technically a war zone, or always on the verge of being a war zone.
I know of them. I've never been to one. I remember learning about them in school. I think I may have seen a vent when leaving a Galicdon. I would have gone over. Yeah.
It would have been
it's
in the
bright.
distance though, so you wouldn't have gone near it.
It's bright. I know they're very bright. They're really, really, really hot, and it would literally melt your fins off. Just saying.
That sounds about right. I like or Bard's the one who's lost her voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's lost her voice.
I am very sick at the moment, yet somehow I sound normal. It's real good. Or maybe it says something about my normal voice. Anyway,
Vivi, you don't have to worry. The idea is it's only illegal once you get caught.
It's illegal. It's just, she goes off a very long list of all the rules that we really should not be breaking because she is the diplomat.
yeah, but like those don't apply unless someone knows that you did them.
Again, she goes off the very long list of things that you shouldn't be doing because it's against breaking the law.
You broke me out of jail, froze a warden, and I'm pretty sure he stole their husband.
I forgot about that.
Stole is a strong word. Who was he with? It was with
Relieved.
Ezekiel, yeah. He's currently with
We-
Titus, but he was with Ezekiel.
We relieved him of his position of being technically eaten. Or no,
Assimilated.
not eaten, absorbed.
Oh,
into-
snap.
in a very fish lady, and technically you were arrested against your own will because you didn't really do anything.
Like I said,
You were arrested
that's
you were arrested unjustly.
If everyone just wants to, everyone who has a passive perception over 16 will notice Gareth, the other fish gossip, taking out a little notepad and starting making notes about all of the juicy information that you guys are sharing.
No, I have a 15.
Lovely.
Passive with wisdom or intelligence?
It should just be passive perception.
Nope, I got a 13. I know nothing.
Sure.
Also, what's the brightness level in this room too?
You are underground, so it is lit by like lights and stuff. So it's fairly dim. It's not dark, but it's like
Okay, I'm comfortable. That's all I care
the
about.
lighting in an Outback Steakhouse.
I'm semi-comfortable. Okay, that's all I care about.
I've been to one Outback Steakhouse because they do not exist in Australia.
I was going to add that reference.
Yeah, I've been there once. It was in Hawaii, and I asked the people if any Australians worked there, and they said no. And I was like, it shows.
Crikey.
We don't have blooming onions as a thing in Australia, just as a fun aside. Those are completely an American thing made for Outback Steakhouse. Anyway, I'm sidetracking. Stop letting me Zeke. Name suggestions, thoughts on how you attack this vent.
Zeke would have no idea about any of these vents. Would have no insight whatsoever.
But he
but
does
has
have thoughts,
been-
though. He may not know them specifically, but he may have opinions.
He probably does, but he's honestly just sitting there trying to think of a name
Okay,
for the group the whole time.
I love that. Have you got
Just
any
because that's-
suggestions?
So far you've got 39 shades of Hublublub. 39 leagues under Hublublub. And a little bit of a longer one, the brightest knives in the crayon box.
I love
Brightest
that.
Knives in the crayon box. I like that one.
That's
But I don't think that one Zeke would actually think of. That's probably more of a me one.
but that's okay.
If you roll a d20 and get... just roll a d20 and I'll tell you whether or not Zeke thought of it.
That is a 2.
Zeke did not think of it.
Dang
Even
it,
though
Zeke.
that's the greatest friggin' name. I was gonna do it as an odd or an even, but then I was like, that's a 2. And also, crayons probably don't exist underwater.
They should though.
Indeed. So, we're not coming up...
Crayon? They could exist. They're just wax. Colored wax.
Yeah, but where would you harvest the wax from?
Yeah, we don't have candles under and the yeah.
Guys.
Good.
Magic.
Snails. Like
But-
slime from like any sort of like fish, maybe?
But that's not wax, that's mucus.
I mean, it could still harden. You just put some food coloring in it. What you do is that you get Vivi and any creature like her with ink, and then just sit there and color the ink, and then you're good.
Okay.
Just ink and kelp together, green crayons for everyone.
So, Carla, any
Yeah.
thoughts on game plan? How to attack a
Um,
vent?
Kala has done many things in her life. Closing a lava vent, is not one of them. So honestly, she's just relying entirely on Titus, who apparently has some familiarity with the subject.
Titus.
Hmm.
Has Titus been thinking about group names, or has he been thinking about a game plan on how to attack this vent?
Hmm.
Hey,
Would
I'll
I
let
know
Titus go, and then
anything
I'll go.
about these vents anyways
Yes,
by going
It-
around?
the vents
Do
are...
I know a quick way of trying to disable these, or
Your experience is more defeating the monsters that come forth from the vents themselves, because they are what creates the world scene. But you have seen a couple somewhat disabled by filling them. And just give me a general intelligence check.
okay? Second. Intelligence. Come on now.
And I'll give you advantage because this is kind of an area of expertise for you.
11.
Okay, you get the vague concept of you fill a hole, things stop coming out of the hole.
If it sits, it fits.
Oh my
I-
God.
Oh, can I look for
I
a
was-
big boulder?
You are currently in a rogue meeting area. There will be no boulders here, nor would you be able to carry it to the destination where you're doing the fight. This is just a pre-planning moment, but you could make the suggestion of a large boulder. Yes, Vivi, you've got your hand raised.
Why do we want to close the vents in the first place?
So this particular mission has been set out. The vent has opened in the loading zone of where all of these guys keep their merch. Things have started coming out of it. Not good for the merch. So they need it closed to make sure that their merch is safe.
So why didn't they just decide to close the hole back up?
Well, this is the meeting place where they're doing that. You guys picked you are in a meeting room of several a lot of rogues. These are the list of missions they've got for this week to give out, and you guys selected this one. So this
We're
was them.
Friends. We're making friends.
In all the wrong places.
Hey, don't be judgy to my friends.
She just kind of whispers to Carlos, going, "Why don't they just plug up the hole?"
I believe this is the meeting that should have been an email to plug up the hole.
You guys are the hole pluggers. Okay? That you have been assigned the hole pluggers.
Okay, so
Oh,
we've all
That's how
agreed.
Zeke got here.
Okay, so we need to plug up a hole. I guess that's which we're that's how to plug up a hole because hot magma. Is
Well, you
coming
guys
into-
haven't seen the hole. So
It's
magma
perfectly
is,
fine.
magma is suggested, it is not assured.
So Vivi kind of just crisscrossing all of her limbs, going, "Please let it be a small hole. Please let it be a small hole. Please let it be a small hole."
No
hot
whammies.
magma.
So, hello again, group of unidentified people. This is the loggerhead turtle that has been running this meeting, has come back up to you guys. Have you got
Turtle.
a name for yourselves yet?
Oh, I got one.
Yeah?
Oh, good lord.
We could be the illogicals.
Illogical?
Eel, right? You know, like eels.
Eel. Logicals.
Illogicals.
None of you are eels.
That
Shut
would
up.
be logical.
Okay, so we're going with eel-logicals.
It's ironic.
Sure.
What? Eolonics doesn't make any sense either.
Okay, I'm gonna. If no one has any objections to being the illogicals, I'm gonna go put that on the board. Are you happy all to be the illogicals? Vote for. Raise your hands of vote for.
It has to be how the nice turtle person says it.
Okay, so it'll be illogicals.
You watch it close. The
Any-
only way I'll
any-
accept it.
Any votes against? No, fantastic. You are now dubbed the illogicals.
Davey puts up his tentacle. He objects to the pun because it was a bad pun. He doesn't like puns.
The turtle swims up to the board where all of the missions are, right next to the vent closing illogicals, spelt eel-logicals.
Illogicals?
But he is telling people that you are the illogicals, so you are probably going to be called the illogicals.
I need to write this down so I can remember it.
Oh, don't worry. I got
Uh-huh.
illogicals.
Logic.
How did you guys come up with such a unique name? Well,
You're gonna end up becoming the Wodgies. Just you wait.
What? Jeez, even better.
why does that sound like it's an actual Australian thing when you say it?
My accent and confidence. And also because it does actually sound that way.
It does.
It's the
What,
Wodgies.
what would that be? Wouldn't
Um,
that be like a school? I don't know, a school baseball team or something.
Cricket, man.
anyway, so you guys are now the Illogicals, slash the Wodgicals. And you are taken away from this area by your new friends Keith and Gareth, who take you down a few different corridors and pathways, leading you to the Center for Growth and Harmony, is what this place is called on the front of it. So, Center for Growth and Harmony. Speaking of harmony, Carla, can you please make me a wisdom check?
I will attempt. My gosh. That's a 7.
You're feeling a bit weird about being called the Illogicals, and you've kind of been focused on that for a bit, so you don't really notice the shift in tone of the music surrounding you. You do feel a few discordant hums against the usual tone, but you're not really focused on that just because you've been like, why couldn't we have been? Why the Illogicals? None of us are eels.
And of all days to have a fish cold.
Fish call.
Been
You
right.
get to the center, and Gareth and Keith kind of move to stand in front of your group and look back at you all with their backs to the door. So, from what we've gathered, what we know, beyond this door, there is a roughly 5 to 7 foot vent that has opened. We're trying to preserve as much of the goods inside, so we can't use the goods to plug the hole. Gareth and I are gonna try and get some stuff out and to safety as well, just in case anything comes out of the vent. You guys are our safety crew. Your job is to seal the vent, and please don't damage the merchandise if you can avoid it.
What if we can't avoid it?
We understand, and it's with our main head honcho wasn't at the meeting today, obviously, because you guys came. But Gareth's sister Cheryl had a chat to him when she found out that we were doing the mission, and has basically said, Gareth and Keith are on the mission. Likelihood of merchandise saving is somewhat lessened. They recognize that not all of the merch is going to be great. There is one corner of merch that's in proper chests and boxes that are made of lead. That stuff, Gareth and I are going to try and get out first, just because it's actually important stuff. The rest of it, again, please don't use it to fill the hole. Try and preserve it if you can. If you can't, not as much of a worry.
What do you have in there for us to use for hole plugging?
Your imagination.
Kind
I
of
don't like that.
merchandise are in these.
Stuff and or things and or paraphernalia of illicit variety.
How big's the vent hole
Go
again?
in, don't make
Ow.
them go into, do not make them go into very many details. We're trying to be cool, be cool.
5 to 7 foot is what they said. So they have a rough size estimate. They don't actually know how big it's going to be.
So 5 feet.
Is there anything any of you want to do before you enter this place? Any
5,
prep
7
work?
feet.
Any planning? Anything at all? Especially
Do-
given the fact that I gave you all a warning of 3 options of what could happen today.
Maybe we could get some big rocks to plug the hole with.
This is ice damage.
I'm going to go through
Titus,
each of
you-
you very quickly.
Please.
I'm going to go through each of you very quickly. If there's anything that you want to do before those doors open, now would be the time. So, Vivi. Is there anything that
I'm-
Vivi would do to prep knowing that you're going into a slightly dangerous situation?
She's gonna be prepping her motherfucking spells.
Fantastic.
Alright, so she's big brain. She got a lot of ice spells, so she could probably buy them like a couple of hours.
Fantastic. So we've got ice spells on board. Are you holding an action or anything, or just...
I can. So my question is, I can do shape water since that's a cantrip and it can freeze water as long as there's no fish in the general 30 feet area.
Mhm.
I can do that like a good couple of times. That's like what you can cast a cantrip a minute at a time.
Yeah. So,
So
in initiative, it's
Yeah,
every
so-
6 seconds, but yes.
but it would give us, I could do, she wants to do like a couple of layers, so it will buy them a couple of hours because they each, it lasts an hour.
Mhm.
So she would be kind of doing, she would be doing big brain math. Pocket can't do big brain math, so she's doing big brain math on volume and thickness and whatnot, trying to buy them as much time as possible so some of the bigger boys can go get materials to plug up the hole.
Fantastic. Carla, are you doing anything in this moment before the doors open to prep for going in?
Kala is going to tell them that she has the ability to create an object that's worth 100 gold or less that will last for 3 hours. It doesn't have a size containment, so technically she could summon a boulder for 3 hours if we need to smash it very quickly and get other materials.
Oh, and just as a fun aside while we're talking about this, the front of this warehouse is about 60 feet across. You can't see the depth, but Gareth and Keith would have told you it's about 400 meters deep, 400 feet deep. This is a massive warehouse that is filled to the brim with paraphernalia from this rogue group. So, width about 60 feet, depth 400, height, let's go with probably about 100. So, it's a big old warehouse, and it's called the Center for Growth and Harmony. So it's clearly that name is very much a front, but also just dimension-wise, this place is huge. So I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget that I just said that.
Yeah, so wait. Building is 400 feet?
Mm-hmm.
60.
400.
So 60
by
60 wide from where you're standing, 400 deep, 100 high. You are in a warehouse district as well, so it's not
100.
unusual to have this building as big as it is.
high. Make me do math. Ugh. And where is the hole? Is it located in the floor?
Somewhere within, in the floor of this place, somewhere within inside. You haven't opened the doors yet, so you don't exactly know where it is.
Yeah. So Vivi is getting ready because that's her plan. I also want to. Can I enforce the ice if I do like cross fingers or something? Like give it like an extra layer, or no?
Because that sounds cool, I'm gonna go with yes.
Yes.
Reggie, are you prepping anything before you go through?
Oh, yes. Reggie is going to, thinking, okay, well, this is a strange new place. No idea what's back there with your weird vents inside. I'm going to get out what I have been waiting for in this game for quite some time.
Mhm.
I'm going to get out my motorized harpoon gun. And I am going to just kind of slowly drift into whatever shady, not visible style space to hide a bit for when the door opens.
Fantastic.
And encourage Titus. Titus, you lead the way.
So Reginald has, I don't know if you played this, but so Reginald has a Bianca on steroids. So instead of it
Sorry,
shooting,
I came running in laughing as Titus. Like, hi, let's go.
The door hasn't opened
But
yet.
it didn't catch me.
The door hasn't opened yet.
Oh, whoa.
Get back
so-
in your box. I'm gonna put you back in
so
your
Titus
box.
has a harpoon, a mechanicalized, I want to say heavy crossbow.
even bigger,
Crossbow.
even bigger than Bianca from Dragon Age. Like it is.
It's an elephant
Yeah, it's
gun.
on Bianca on steroids.
Yeah, it
That's
is
what
a
I'm thinking.
full harpoon, massive
It's
thing
a-
that you would see on the side of ships. Yeah.
It's a corded harpoon launcher. It is. Where has he been putting that? You wonder at this point. He has been
No.
just
I think
that away.
Reginald is Bugs Bunny. That's all I see is Reginald is Bugs Bunny.
Ezekiel, are you doing anything to prep before you enter this place?
Yes, but I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How big were, like, with the mimic?
Mm-hmm.
What was left of the mimic again?
The skeleton,
How big was the skeleton?
not nearly as big as this. It was, I think I said 40 foot by 40 foot is how big the room that you guys were in, and it slowly shrunk around you as it needed to fight you and couldn't maintain its shape.
Right. Okay. Well, then he is going to cast his primeval awareness.
Mm-hmm. And what does that do?
It's going to sense whether there are any aberrations, celestials. Do I actually have to pick one?
No, I think it's all of them.
Yeah. Dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within 1 mile of me. Or
Wait.
actually, it's 6 miles because this is my favorite terrain.
We're gonna come back to that in a second. Titus,
Wait, what did you just do?
Titus,
He
are
sent
you,
out his children to go looking.
Titus, are you prepping
no.
anything before the doors are open?
I'll rage.
Okay, fantastic. Ezekiel, as the doors open, your primeval awareness alerts you to a young black dragon bursting from the floor of this warehouse. The hole that you guys thought would be 5 to 7 foot covers about half the floor of this warehouse. As you watch as this thing emerges from the hole, I'd like you all to make a wisdom save, please.
Can I go to close the door?
You are not near the doors because Keith and Gareth each grabbed one.
Wait,
I mean,
Vivi's just sees this. She throws all of her limbs up into the air. She goes, "I fucking quit." She turns around and she starts to walk.
All of you please, wisdom save. Thank you.
4.
Dirty.
Gala's not rolling well today.
Hang on, I just want to double check it is wisdom.
I got an 11. There goes my plan.
Well, you know what they say. Lands never survive the first encounter with the enemy.
got a 21.
Titus,
Save me.
I'm gonna also give you advantage on this because again, this is something that you would have experienced before, just to let you know. Maybe not a dragon, but definitely.
Sorry, it's been glitchy. I'm rolling something, but I don't know what.
Wisdom save with advantage.
I need to switch my dice.
So, Vivi is an 11.
Yes.
Carla.
4.
Rich.
20 dirty.
20. Zeke, you said 21.
Yep.
I'm dead last, but that's fine.
You are not dead last. Carla got a 4.
Oh,
'Titus?
20 natural, 0 mod.
And Titus. Titus, we're gonna start with you. You watch as the doors open. It is like a curtain unveiling what you are fucking made for. You watch as what was supposed to be a small vent that you guys were dealing with is open to reveal an absolutely beautiful, massive, fiery vent. Although, I will note, the fieriness of it is less red than you're used to, and more green and black. You watch as this monstrous beast bursts forth from the ground, and you are taken back to a place of fighting and war that you are so used to. Normally, you would have an army of people behind you. You would have your full pod with you as something bursts forth from these vents, but right now it's you and your buddies. That's it. You stare down this creature. You watch as tendrils of black mist pull and swish from its wings, watching the claws dig into the earth as it climbs out, and you feel the rumbling of its echoing roar. And those of you that saved, you can see the vibrations of the water echoing from its face as it shouts, bellowing out at all of you.
wait, we were supposed to roll a save?
Yeah, that was your wisdom
Wisdom
save.
save.
Oh, I didn't do that. Wait a
Okay.
second. I didn't. I thought it was just Titus doing that.
No, it was you did roll that. That was year 11.
That was initiative.
No, that was your wisdom save.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah.
I rolled initiative. Give me
Okay.
a second. Wisdom save. I got.
You'll get to initiative in a second, don't worry. Okay,
Did you get a?
I will accept that as a change. Baby. 20. So, Carla, you are the only one that is truly terrified in this moment. As
That checks out.
you are fully pushed back a few feet by the echoing waves of sound that come off this beast. I will say, with that, you watch as Gareth and Keith freak the fuck out about this thing that they've just witnessed. They're like, what the fuck? Gareth kind of clings to the door handle that he's holding and is kind of drifted back as the door continues to open, whereas Keith lets go in fright and stands basically front and center to this monster. It swishes its wings out, and you watch as a tendril of black whips out at Keith and brings him in. He is brought straight into the dragon's mouth and swallowed in one swift swoop. You may now roll for initiative.
Oh,
Sounds
I like
like-
that one.
I like that
Um,
one better than the other.
Is this what age is this dragon? This is a wormling?
It's a young black dragon, so it's small enough to fit into this place without destroying it completely. But roll. Actually, while we're doing the rolls, give me your initiative first. But I'm also gonna get you guys to roll history.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, initiative, I got an 18.
I'm keeping your initiative from a minute ago because you already rolled it. I'm keeping your 11.
Okay, so 11. So, history, I got a 14.
Lovely.
Kala has not rolled a single double-digit number this entire time.
What did you roll
She
for
got a
initiative?
6 for initiative.
Reggie, what's your
Which-
initiative?
Right.
Initiative is 17.
Zeke, your initiative.
12.
Titus, your
I don't feel
initiative.
so bad now.
14.
And Vivi, your history.
Vivi's history is a 14.
Carly, your history.
5.
Reggie, your history.
8.
Actually, Reggie, can you roll again, please? Zeke, your history.
17.
And Titus, your history.
8.
8.
Also 8.
Okay.
Again.
Okay. Vivi and Zeke, you met Reggie's father.
Yeah.
After
Yeah, he's in my base.
he's not currently in your base.
He was in my base.
He was in your base after he had agreed to the terms of the cult. And you remember seeing his completely blacked out eyes. As you look at this dragon, you notice the completely blacked out eyes. And something clicks that this dragon is not altogether here mentally. That doesn't really help you, but the knowledge that this is connected to the things that you're running from does hit both of you. Carla, you're absolutely fucking terrified. There's not really much you could discern from any of this.
Yeah.
You are not
Does she have a...
you are not affected by fear, so you don't have to run away, but I will give you disadvantage on attacks until we get you through a wisdom save that you are above 10.
Okay.
Just because you are going to be slightly impaired. So, I need to roll for my things. Plural. I should have rolled these before, really. Dragon. And the other thing that is waiting for you. So, up first, you watch this dragon has whipped out its wing. From its wing, this strand of black, shadowy ooze grips Keith in it, bringing him forth immediately to be eaten. Up next, he doesn't even really have a moment to scream, as he is completely consumed. I should probably also roll for Gareth, now that I'm thinking about it. Gareth rolled a 1. You hear Gareth scream. Up next is Reggie. As in this moment, his best friend and companion and occasional lover is immediately consumed by this creature that they were not expecting. They were expecting maybe a 5-foot hole and some weird stuff. They weren't expecting what would be a monstrosity to people like these guys.
Who's occasional lover?
Keith is
Reginald's?
Gareth's occasional lover.
Oh.
Aww.
Past
We
tense.
were talking about Reginald, and then
Yeah.
it went from Reginald into that. I was like, wait, what? It's Reginald's occasional love. When did that happen? What
It
session
might
did I
be.
miss?
Might be. We don't know.
Not anymore.
Reggie, you are up. What are you doing in this moment?
Well, hopefully I had hidden before, so I'm not terribly
I will
visible.
say yes, you took the time. In the moment that I told you before opening the doors, you did have enough chance to hide, so you are hidden with your harpoon gun.
First off, I kind of want to get an idea of what I'm looking at here. So we have this dragon,
Mhm.
mid-floor, right?
Yeah.
Is so in this warehouse, because this is a warehouse, can you kind of tell me two things? I'm looking at how are things that like they're the things that they have in this warehouse stacked around, and how is it kind of on the ceiling of this place?
So, the warehouse itself, as you now can see the inside, most of the items are stacked along the edges of the room. You get the feeling that this was once just a 5 to 7 foot hole, but people got as much stuff out of the center of the floor as they could before they evacuated. So, this is kind of like we got the stuff that was close by out. We don't think the stuff towards the walls are going to be an issue right now, so we're just focusing on getting this stuff out. So the floor is mostly clear. Every 100 meters, 100 feet, keep forgetting to say feet instead of meters, there is one giant pillar in the center of the floor keeping the roof up. And along the edges are fortified walls. So they are designed for a situation where gangsters might get attacked. Basically, they know that this place needs to be at least somewhat secure, so the walls are thicker than they seem from the outside. As are the doors and everything. Everything is fortified. There is a somewhat glass, what looks like glass, I will say, because you won't be able to tell from this distance, ceiling. But again, each pane is held in place by quite a thick, sturdy barrier. Sorry. I got the hiccups and the burps at the same time.
We will smash the glass ceiling for all the females
Glass.
everywhere.
You do see, sort of, the hole itself is right in the center between two of the poles. So it is a distance away from you guys. It's probably between the first and the second pole, probably at about 80 feet into the warehouse. And it is taking up... Edit that slightly. It starts there, but it is taking up about half the floor. So one of those pillars from the center of the room is gone, because it has been smashed by a fucking dragon. But the other three, however math works, pillars are still intact. There's about a 10-foot gap on each side of the hole. So 40 across, 10 on each side width. So yeah, 40 across. And then fairly deep, about half the floor, so about 200 foot of hole depth. And it's about, it starts about 80 feet away from you. The dragon is kind of straddling the front of it, so its back feet are in the hole, its front feet are kind of clawing its way out currently. So its face is probably about 75 feet away from you.
Fully. All right. Last question. Because there's now no pole in the middle of the room, does the roof look a little anything at this point?
Give me a general intelligence check. This is not your move, this is a free action just because I'm gonna take a moment of whether or not Reggie would actually take a moment to consider this.
2.
2?
Yep.
I mean, the roof's still there. You can see a bit of dangling pole where the pole once was. It's being held up. That's cool.
So I'm gonna take a moment here and feel out my thoughts.
Mhm.
Is he gonna do it? Or probably gonna do it. Okay. I have the wrong weapon for certain combat ideas in this scenario. This is cannot follow through on the initial things that this is designed for. So, in a moment of thought, Reggie is going to take an action to the close pillar, whatever the close one is, which is how many feet away you said?
That one's probably about 50. Let's go with 50. I can't do math properly, so we're going with 50.
You're going with 50, okay.
Yeah, the dragon's face is behind that first pillar, so it's about 75 feet away, so yeah. I will just say, as an aside, Titus, you're on deck.
I am going to fire the harpoon launcher to get the pole and wrap the pole.
Okay, roll me an attack with your harpoon gun.
And it doesn't set in here, so I'll have to give the plus in a second to it. Let's roll a
hang on.
d20.
Titus, you are not on deck. I forgot about the dragon. You're after the dragon.
With that, it is an 8.
Your harpoon goes wide. This is... You have the feeling that if you had a second to not be freaked out by a fucking dragon, that you probably would have had a bit of more aiming time, but it just threw you slightly more than you were expecting, and you watch as your harpoon clips the edge of the concrete, but doesn't quite get where you need it to be. The dragon, seeing a harpoon thing come for it, looks in your direction and lets out a screech as... I will give you the same knowledge that I gave Vivi and Ezekiel now that the dragon is looking directly at you. Those don't look like dragon eyes. They are fully blacked out. There is nothing to be seen in terms of like pupils or anything else going on behind that dragon's eyes. It charges. What's its distance? Its speed.
Oh, no. I have a bonus action. Do I get a bonus action?
Oh, yeah, go right ahead. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank God.
Sorry, I forgot to ask if you were done.
I wanted to do another thing that
Yeah,
way
go
will
right
not
ahead.
be
Sorry.
murdered. Not so murdered. So, I am going to take my bonus action to hide.
Go right ahead.
Thank you. Having using the ability as a rogue, I'm going to... Well, that didn't work.
You hide behind Gareth, who is behind the door. So you're a little bit closer, but you are hidden from this thing. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, now we are
Okay.
there.
The dragon, seeing a harpoon come for it, turns and looks to where the harpoon gun still is. Or
Well, it's still in my hand, but
Okay,
the harpoon, the line goes out, and I don't have to do anything
Okay,
with
so-
it. It's just there.
so it takes the harpoon near it in its mouth and shakes its head to fling it into a wall. This is just for funsies and part of its movement. You watch from the other side of the door and wall as your harpoon is jettisoned through the wall near you. The head of it sticking into the wall right next to your head. You can see the wood splintering out. It charges forward and gives another roar, although none of you have to roll wisdom save this time, as it takes in its quarry. You watch as its tail kind of flicks around, and you see it's assessing you. Its tail does hit some boxes off to the side, and you hear Gareth kind of squeak, because he's both insanely terrified and also worried about the merch. But the dragon uses its action to move forward. Well, it uses its movement to move forward, and then assesses you all for a moment, but doesn't do anything murdery. I'm gonna roll one dice and I'm gonna decide if it does anything murdery. 19. Never mind, it does something murdery. Titus, you were right in the center, weren't you?
Yes.
Yes, you were raging right at the center there. It's gonna make a claw attack at
Okay.
you. What's your DC? Your AC?
18.
18. You
26. Watch.
feel the claws slash in front of your face, and for a moment you think you're about to, like, have your face ripped off. You take 1 point of damage as its claw barely nicks you, catching one of your eyes. We did discuss this earlier. As you feel that connection, I need you to make a wisdom save, please. Titus.
15.
15. Lovely. You feel as that dark, inky blackness, which is kind of oozing off this dragon, hits you in the eye just after the claw does, and you feel it kind of enter your brain. You have this moment of clear clarity. You see your arms in front of you, swinging, holding weapons that do not belong to you. It takes you a moment as you feel yourself in this moment of battle, thinking, this is me fighting right now. And you realize these arms do not belong to you. These arms are your chiefess's. You are seeing through her eyes as she fights for her life in this moment. And you realize whatever just fucking touched you has given you an insight into what she's experiencing right now. You blink and it's gone as your sight refocuses into the eye that was not damaged, and you are back in this moment. But your eye, your one eye that was scratched just then, has started to slowly fade to black. Well, turn black, I should say. With that, it is your turn, Titus. And Zeke, you're on deck.
They can attack against this thing.
Absolutely, go for it.
That's gonna be a 25.
Hits.
My second attack. That's a natural 20.
Perfect. Hits.
So the first one, 16 points of damage.
Lovely.
Oh, sorry, 18 points because I get a +2 for raging.
Fantastic.
And for this one, I got 15 for this one.
Was that the critical? Did you double?
Oh shit, yeah, no, that would be so 15 doubled
Is 30.
30.
Lovely.
And I guess it's as soon as it's like pulling its hand away, I'm trying to like basically chop off the fucking hand.
Lovely. As
What the fuck do you think you're doing?
As you land this attack, you watch as your axe kind of drifts through the mist that is hanging off, and you see impact made on the mist, which seems a bit odd. But you do also make contact with the dragon, and it tries to kind of pull its arm away before shifting back towards you almost reluctantly. That's your first and second attack. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
It's up to you. It would probably be a no because I did it out of combat. But I have my storm aura that activates during the start of my rage,
I'm gonna say
which
yes
would have been
because
outside.
you knew this was like
Okay.
this is your prep. You got a basically a prep round is what I gave you guys.
It's all
I'd say
good.
yes.
That's my turn.
Cool. Wait, so your storm aura doesn't do anything?
Well, no, it would be at the start. So it would be like literally at the start.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
hold
Yeah,
it.
okay.
It lasts for a round. So that's why I was seeing if it would be okay, but it's all right.
Okay, cool.
That's my turn.
Up next is Zeke and Vivi. You are on deck.
Zeke is very
Oh, wait.
conflicted.
I'm sorry. I can activate it as a bonus action. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna roll a d6 for the dice. 5 points.
Okay,
I'm
5
done.
points. Fantastic, thank you.
Sorry.
Zeke, continue.
As a bonus action, I'm going to use Hex.
You were describing how Zeke was conflicted. I want to hear more about that.
Yeah, he's conflicted because this is immediate danger, and he's got 33 kids in his pouch.
Mhm.
So he's gonna take a safer approach than probably what he usually would have done. So casting Hex, he will choose Dexterity, and for Hex, he will have disadvantage on target ability checks, which Dex checks. And then the spells that I do deal an extra D6 necrotic. Next thing I will be doing is Fairy Fire. So he needs to make a Dex save with disadvantage.
What's the DC?
15.
Okay. The dragon and the mist fail. The dragon failed by 1. I rolled a 14 and a 15 for him, so obviously disadvantage. But yes, what is Fairy Fire?
Basically, any attacks made against it by anyone have advantage.
Fantastic.
If the attacker can see it,
Mhm.
And it cannot benefit from being invisible.
Fantastic. Love that.
It is a concentration thing up to a minute. So
So
after
you've got-
he does that, he's going to move away.
Okie dokie, you are not within its danger rating. So you're not gonna danger zone, whatever it's called. So you can move away. How far do you want to go, and do you want to try and get into like a hit? You won't hide, but do you want to get into some cover or something?
Yeah, get behind some cover.
Fantastic. Well, there you can
20 feet.
you can tuck inside the warehouse if you want to and get behind some crates that are there, or you can go behind where Reginald is hiding and where Gareth is kind of just holding tightly onto Thingo. It's up to you where you want to go.
I was gonna say, like, am I in the building yet? I don't
No,
think I
you're not
am,
in the
am I?
building. You're all standing out the front.
Yeah, I want to stay outside the
Okay,
building and like hide, or not hide, but take cover.
Yeah, okay, cool. So you just kind of duck towards the side to where the doors are kind of still covering, where Keith just died. So the door is still kind of will shield you at least a bit. I would say you'd get like half cover from the door because it is
Sure.
kind of flimsy. Who did I say? Is that your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Fantastic. Vivi, you're up. Carla, you're on deck.
Where's Titus?
Titus is standing front and center in front of this dragon.
See, this is a concentration spell, so instead of me going offensive, I'm going defensive, and I'm going to put my hands together and go, Titus, you're gonna be a big boy, and stretch, and I'm casting enlarge on him.
Fantastic. How
A
big
bird.
does that make him? Because he's 7 foot currently. So how big does he get?
becomes
So
a-
I'm considered large by my weight, like how Goliaths are. They are medium but considered large. So I then go to large, considered huge.
So he's becoming a big boy, and
Like my base circle on a 5 foot square would be a 2x2,
Mhm.
so just a four square block, but I would be considered huge for my carrying capacity because I am I have a heavy build.
Mhm. You feel yourself stretch, Titus, and you are now pretty much face to face with this dragon, rather than looking up at it slightly as you were before.
and
Now, I have to ask, are there large seahorses or are all seahorses just mermaids?
Yes, there are large seahorses.
Okay, Titus literally goes, I'm gonna ride you like a seahorse.
I may
I did-
regret this later, but he looks incredibly happy right now. So this
I'm
is a
I'm
good
also
thing.
going. I'm also just for funsies, Vivi. I'm gonna give you a point of inspiration for the joy that you just brought Titus.
And Titus, you get a extra D4
Yeah.
for extra damage for your targets.
Nice.
And as a bonus action, I am going to Blade Song. So Vivi starts humming as she's her foot kind of just jiggling a little bit since this action musical wizardry to Titus's rage. I'm gonna give myself an extra 3 points to my AC, and it's an also extra. I get a +3 to my con saves and whatnot. And how far is Titus and the dragon?
They at this stage, he came forward 40 foot, so probably about 35.
So I am going to. How close are they to us?
Yeah, that's how far. That's 35 from you specifically.
Okay, 35. I am going to go 30 feet in. Which way did Reggie go? Did I see Reggie move or hide
He
anywhere?
hid, so I'm gonna say you kind of see him duck off, but you don't actually see where he went.
Where is Ezekiel?
He's behind the far door, so you probably would have been nearest to Reg.
So if I go like this, I see Ezekiel.
Yeah, you can go and tuck towards Ezekiel if you'd like to.
And where's Kala?
Carla is frozen in fear, maybe 5 to 10 feet away from you, to the side.
Yeah, she has not moved yet.
I can't really do anything. I already used my bonus actually because I need the extra 3 so I can have
Yeah, that's fine.
17 to my AC. Stay with your husband, and then Vivi just zips north. 30 feet.
Who are you saying stay with your husband to?
I'm saying stay with your husband to Kala, to Ezekiel, and then I'm going north.
Fantastic. So
Kala
see
looks
that Zeke-
terrified. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, Kala looks terrified and slightly confused, but more terrified.
Zeke, you'll see very perturbed at thinking that Titus is about to jump on top of him and ride him because he thought that the seahorse comment was made at him.
Fantastic. Carla, it is up to you now. What are you
I need a
doing?
point of inspiration. Wee.
Kala is going to look at the dragon, internally going, I did what? Hold on. No. No. So she is going to look up at Titus and start moving her hands around as vibrations of the song of creation start moving to her will. And she's going to yell, catch. And then directly in front of Titus's face is going to appear a dragon muzzle.
And you sent us that, and I need to have a look at it. Dragon muzzle. Price 20 GP. You're good.
That's why I was sending it through. Make sure I was correct. That'll last for 3 hours, so use it well, I guess. And then she will, as is that a bonus? Nope, that's an action. Okay, so bonus action, she will give inspiration also to Titus, since he seems to be taking the brunt of everything.
Fantastic.
So you have a D8.
Okay.
And Kala's gonna run off to the other direction of the door that's been opened as she can move.
Now I
The one
need
that
to-
everyone's not hiding behind.
It's only £2. That's good to know.
Mhm.
So that's your turn, and no bonus action or anything. Lovely.
No,
Now. Oh, sorry. Continue.
she bonus action gave
Oh, but- yeah.
Titus inspiration,
Fantastic.
and then she ran off behind the door that currently doesn't have anyone hiding behind it,
That
I think.
Ezekiel is
Yeah,
at one
I'll
door.
just go
These
30
guys
feet.
are at the other, so it'd be Zeke's door or Reggie's door.
Then I guess she's going over to her quote-unquote husband, hiding
Fantastic.
behind him,
Uh,
as instructed.
Can I go an extra 10 feet? Because I didn't realize Blade Song also gives me 10 feet of movement as well. So instead of 30, I have 40.
Sure, that's fine.
Nice.
Yes.
So next up is Gareth. Also, sorry. Can you please make a wisdom save, Carla, just to see if you're able to lose the disadvantage that I just gave you?
Yeah, let's find out. No, it's a 9.
Oh.
That's the
Do you
closest
have
I've
any-
gotten
do
to
you
double
have any-
digits.
Do you have any chaos die?
You know, that's an excellent question. Let me look. No mayhem die, and it looks like that's a negatory.
That's all good.
Nope.
You do that. Still terrified, still got the disadvantage until hopefully the end of your next turn. Gareth is terrified, but he's also terrified of his boss. So seeing this dragon whipping its tail at merchandise, he, instead of doing anything smart, runs into the warehouse, making a beeline towards the important merch that has surprisingly managed to. It's the particular merch that he's looking at is at the back of the warehouse, so he's got 400 feet to run, and he's got like a standard amount of running power. I'm gonna say 40 feet just for the funsies. Runsies, running power, swimming power, same diff. So he makes a beeline and uses his action, bonus action, all of that fun stuff to get as far as he can. So he gets about, let's say, just for the fun of it, he gets about 100 feet in. So he's a quarter of the way there to getting to the merch that he needs to. The dragon does see this, but he's currently facing a giant orca man who's just dropped a muzzle near him. So he's kind of ignoring the little fish swimming past. That is the end of round 1. I'm going to call a quick break because I really need to go to the bathroom. And then we will come back for more of this. All right. See you
Sounds good.
later. Hello and welcome back to Leagues Underneath, episode 7. What did I call this episode again? Where the vents go, none shall follow. So, just to give you a little insight into what you're playing. So we just ended round 1 of combat. No one has died yet. We'll see how that continues on. So, back to the top of combat. You watch as, and I'm just gonna roll to see how well I do. You watch as a tendril of the black, spooky, floaty stuff that is surrounding this dragon swipes out at the dragon muzzle that you've just created. Sending it sailing off about 10 feet away from the dragon and Titus. Titus, you said your thing I was 18, didn't you?
Or
Your AC.
yeah.
It doesn't matter, I rolled a 5. You feel as a whip of black tendrily goodness strikes out of you, but in your new enlarged form, it basically feels like a caress. There is no damage to be done there. Up next is Reggie. We've got the dragon and then Titus is up there. So Reggie, what are you doing now that you're hidden by a door? Gareth has left you. You've still got your harpoon gun. The dragon's now about 35 feet.
So, what direction did the muzzle thing that was swiped away go in?
Roll me just a straight d20 for luck.
2. Again.
What direction did you want it to go in?
I was hoping it might come in my direction.
It went in the opposite direction towards the other side.
Oh.
And kind of...
Oh gosh, dang it!
In a... From the dragon's perspective, a north... west... So it's kind of away from the door as well into space where no one is currently standing.
So in the dragon's largish form, it's still 35 feet from me, you say?
Well, I'd say its face is. Yeah. Well, no, I'd say the body is. Its face is probably a little bit closer, yeah. Let's say 30 feet for the fun of it.
Okay. What is the closest part to me?
Its head. Which is right next to Titus, who is massive. The doors are, like, 30 across, so, because it's a 60-foot, each door comes across 30. It's right in the center at the moment, so, and a little bit back, so 30.
Interesting. Okay. So, yes, what we're going to do is we're going to just, let's see, we assess the situation. He will, well, Titus is rather large now. Okay, well, he doesn't, he's got this. He's got this. Well, I guess it's just in case. Reggie will sneak up aside of the head of the dragon, who is clearly engaged with Titus at the moment, and will then slide the rapier out of his pants, and from there go to attack, and then sneak attack as well.
Go right ahead. And
Hell yeah.
Zeke, do they have advantage from your fairy fire?
They do.
So you have advantage.
Okay,
Although
I
you
shall
already had
roll-
advantage, I think, for the sneak. So
Not with the advantage. I have a 19.
fantastic. That will hit. Yes, it will hit.
Okay, then let's have the fun that is this damage. So first, for the rapier itself, there's 10 damage with that.
Mm-hmm.
For the sneak attack, there is 16 damage. And because I did not like the random dragon tossing the harpoon, I will also Astral Spark it for 3 extra damage.
So what was the sneak? I missed the sneak.
Sneak was the... Oh, dear God. Hold on a minute. The sneak was 16.
Okay. And
So
you did
in
an extra...
29 in total.
And you did an extra 3, was it, for the...
Yeah, extra 3 for Astral Spark.
Okay, I'm gonna give that all to the... Not that. Cool. As you do your attacks, you see as the rapier hits the dragon, you feel a little bit of resistance, as you're hitting, or striking it. And you watch, again, as Titus saw when he did his strikes, that there seems to be some sort of impact that you're making with the misty stuff. So you kind of get the sense that your damage is being split between the dragon and whatever is coating him right now. I will say, though, the entirety of that misty stuff, the entirety of that last bit of extra 3 damage went to the misty stuff. Because the ire of which that you were giving it was, it knocked that muzzle away. So, responding to your ire, it attacked the thing that caused that, which is the misty stuff and not so much the dragon.
Ah. And then, I shall, since there is a rather large orca there, I'm going to attempt with my bonus to hide behind the large orca.
Roll me a straight d20 to see how much you convince the DM to let you hide behind another player.
Not very well, it's a 4.
I'm gonna say that you do stand behind him, but you are not hidden.
You got this, man!
I'm right here to back you up. Don't worry about it.
I'll say that you have partial cover hiding behind Titus's leg. Like a child holding onto their mum's leg when they're meeting new people. Dragon is next. Dragon has multiple attacks. So Dragon's mouth is still open, so the bite. Again, Titus, you feel like you get this kind of chomp from the dragon, but you're so big and this is so cool that you're just like kind of vibing with it. No issues there. Let's do the 2 strikes. Reggie, what's your AC?
Oh, hold on. Let's see. So, 15.
Alright then. So, you have delightful partial cover behind Titus. So, as it swings out to try and bat at you as you run, it does not connect and instead just kind of bounces off Titus's flubber. You do watch, though, as you turn to see, like, claws going in front of your face. And the dragon lets out a somewhat annoyed grumble rather than a roar. As if it's like, I just want to eat these things and you're not letting me.
Rude.
Roll me just a straight intelligence check.
Oh.
Okay. Well, okay. Okay, what did I get? I rolled a 7.
That's a grumpy dragon. There would have been
Well.
some cool extra info, but that was a 7, so never mind. You hide. That's your turn. That's the dragon's turn. Titus, you're up, buddy. Zeke, you're on deck. Titus, you are now huge. And gleeful about being slightly bit taller than this dragon.
Large and in
And
charge.
the muzzle is far away from me.
Yeah, it's been knocked about, like, let's say 12 feet away from you. 14.
That's a step.
That's what I was thinking, but technically I would still be out of reach, and it would.
You would get an opportunity attack from these things, yeah.
Whoop. Yeah, so I guess I'll just say no, get it, and I'll just keep attacking.
Okie dokie, roll your attacks, please.
26 and a 24.
Lovely, roll me your damage.
Shit. I keep fucking forgetting. Damn it. Too late now. I'll get it the next time. I'm not a barbarian all the time, so I forget all the extra shit.
And you've got an extra 4 on top of everything as well because of Vivi's making you bigger.
And you're inspired.
And
Um,
yeah, you are inspired.
It doesn't say I don't need to, so I can make my first attack reckless. Because it says that I can choose to make my first attack
Yep, go right
on
ahead.
each turn. So just to see if I roll higher than a 19. Nope, that's a 4, so nothing changes. You're gonna die. Where'd you go? E4, I know, step on that bitch. $18, $30, so roll 12 on that. 33, 35 points of damage.
Pretty much there. So,
And bonus action, make a DC 15 deck save.
hold on a second.
Dragon still has disadvantage on deck saves too.
Okie dokie. Okay. What was
Good luck,
the DC?
dragon.
15.
Fails.
Okay. 6 points of lightning damage.
I think we're doing
my
pretty
turn.
gosh darn good for ourselves.
Yeah,
Please.
I will say at this moment, those of you with 15 or more perception will notice that the wisps and tendrils of the darkness seems to be dissipating. And for let's go funsies, Ezekiel, one of your children points out to you that you can actually see some of the wisps from where you're standing running away into the hole.
How big are they?
They are tiny. Like, they are... It isn't physical form that you're seeing, but it looks like kind of like black smoke. Or sand.
Is it the same as what my kid had at his hands?
Roll me an intelligence check. And also, Titus, if you are done, Zeke, you're on deck, Vivi's after you.
16?
16? No, but you have seen it before.
Okay, like I know that he's seen it before, but at the same time, it's like kid was doing something sketchy.
Yeah, no. Your kid
doing
with the
something
black
scary.
wisps that he was playing with was clearly like it dissipated. Whereas this stuff seems to slink and continue.
Okay.
So it's your turn. What are we doing?
My turn.
Unless Titus, did you want to do anything else? Sorry, I forgot to.
I'm done.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I will do Eldritch Blast,
Lovely.
which I have 2 beams, which I keep forgetting I had 2 before. Have advantage on. Thank you, advantage. 21.
The best advantage.
21 hits.
Glad I had advantage. For this second attack, it is 24.
Also hits. Please roll me damage.
Yep. That is 10 damage total.
10 damage total.
Yep.
What kind of damage
Actually,
are you
no.
doing? Just for
I get-
funsies?
That's force damage, but I also get a d6 for
Mhm.
necrotic. Wow, that's really good. Make that a total of 22 damage.
Cool. So that was an extra 12.
Yes. Let me make sure it does it to both. Yes, it is technically a separate attack. Yeah, that's it.
Lovely. There is barely any wispiness left on this dragon. Although its eyes are still blacked out, that seems to be the only connection that you're seeing here, for the most part, with this. Although there are some tiny little wisps here and there that seem to just be clinging.
Do I feel like the wisps are actually alive?
With a 16, that might be something to bring up to the others. It's a theory.
A
Okay,
Game
well-
Grumps theory.
He's a trial by fire person, so he is going to run in
Okay.
and he's going to try. I don't know if you'll let me do this, but as a bonus action, try to catch some wisps with his vase.
Now,
I was waiting for you to get to the base. I was not
I
sure
was
if you
waiting
would
for
get.
that too. Of course, I
um,
heard face before base.
you didn't use your bonus action already. Roll me a dexterity acrobatics, specifically.
Sure. That is a nat 20 with 22.
Okie dokie. You, as you go to do this kind of diving move to collect some of this stuff, you feel something godly possess you. And as you pull your vase from your back or hip or wherever it's, you notice that it looks different. You realize that it now has a staff attachment so that you can use it a little bit more like a an actual net kind of thing. And you go grasping the new handle that you found. You feel a kind of shift of the tide following you as an easy moment of, yeah, man, kind of follows you as you scoop, and you manage to scoop the line that is heading towards the pit that has been created. You don't catch all of them, but you catch a good little chunk with your new net vase thing that's just been
Here.
created
Give
for
him a
you.
lacrosse stick.
Kind of like a lacrosse stick, except it's a full
It's got a jar.
detailed vase on the end. Yeah, that he's.
Butterfly
Right on.
without the net.
But you do scoop up some of this excess.
Okay, and I'm just. He's just out in the open now.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
you are
that's
behind the
probably all his
dragon.
movement.
You are behind the dragon, I will say. So, what's your movement speed, by the way? I probably should have checked that.
It's pretty good. I think of 45, maybe. Look, 40.
Yeah, so you would have had about 40 foot movement and then 5 reach with your new staff handle, which would have got you
Cool.
far enough to get where you needed to go.
He is very confused by his new thing.
Righteous dude.
Does he hear that?
Yes. He
Oh.
does.
He'll
And,
be less confused.
yeah, he'll be slightly less confused now. Is that the end of your turn?
That would be it.
Fantastic. Vivi, you're up. Carla will be after you.
Okay, so how far away is Ezekiel from me?
You went off to. Did you go directly away from the dragon? You went north.
I went north. Yeah, north. So, I'm thinking I'm trying to get around and try to do like a flanking kind
Okay.
of thing. Do you?
You would have actually.
No.
The way that you would have run, now that I'm kind of picturing it in my mind, what you're describing, you probably would have ended up near where the mask was flung. The dragon mask. So you were probably about 55, 65 feet away from Ezekiel.
Okay.
But you
So
are
I'm gonna
about
try to get-
5 feet away from the mask. 10 feet away.
What's it, this mask or
Dragon,
muzzle?
dragon muzzle, sorry.
What is the dragon muzzle again?
It is a muzzle for dragons.
I'm gonna. How far away is the muzzle?
Enough that you could move to it.
I'm gonna try and grab. I'm gonna swim and grab the muzzle.
Fantastic, you grab the muzzle. You're about.
Are we?
It has probably, from the time it was thrown, drifted a little bit. You're probably 20 feet from the main action now.
Okay. Okay. She kind of holds it above her head. Go. What are we doing with this thing? Are we trying to muzzle the baby?
Give me the muzzle.
Okay. How far is Titus from me?
20 foot.
Going to Titus.
Okay. You finish
Bonus
your
action.
movement.
Bonus action. I'm going to summon my black inky tentacles around the dragon.
Mhm.
No, class features. So I did that. I summoned the tentacles. So it's got there's like these massive tentacles surrounding the
Mhm.
dragon, giving Titus the muzzle. Don't drop it. And I am going.
So what does the tentacles do exactly?
They are just a tentacles of the deep kind of thing. And next, it's a bonus action for me to summon them. It would be another bonus action for me to have them attack. They do like a I don't know. I'm not gonna read this right now. My brain is. I got smooth brain right now. Right now they're there just to agitate the dragons, going, "Whoa, what is this?
Mhm.
What is this? These aren't mine." And is it an action to hand the muzzle to Titus or
It's a
both?
free action, so you don't have to worry about that.
Free action, give that to him. Bonus action, Eldritch Blast. Into the
You
face.
already bonus actioned by creating the tentacles of the deep.
Yeah, that's a bonus action. My action would be to actually cast the spell.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Ooh. So you don't actually
I
want to
gotta
do
roll.
anything with the tentacles of the deep right now. You just summon.
No, they're for them to attack. They're a bonus action. So I used my bonus action to summon them. So
Okay,
my
cool.
next turn, I'll be able to use something with them. So yeah, Eldritch Blast. The D4 does a 15 hit.
A 15 does not hit.
Dang it! Oh well,
with advantage.
Oh, it is with
Oh.
advantage, so roll again.
He's still sparkling.
Nah, I don't get it. I rolled a 9. It's fine.
So is that your turn?
That is my turn. I probably look teeny tiny compared to Titus.
Oh, absolutely. Titus is ginormous, and you are of your normal size, which is generally small in comparison to your friends anyway, so this is very small.
Oh, you're a
Carla.
big boy.
It is your go.
So she's still hiding behind Zeke behind the door.
Zeke is no longer there, but you are still hiding behind the door, yes.
All right, cool. In that case, she is going to try and cast Bane on both the dragon and the black cloud.
Fantastic.
So they're gonna need to make a saving charisma DC 15.
Does that allow you to have 2 targets?
Its first level is up to 3 creatures. So long as they're within 30 feet of me.
What's the DC?
15 charisma saving throw.
The dragon fails. The mist does not.
Of course. Well, that's Kala. She's gonna
So what
scooch
it-
back and
Tell me what Bane does.
basically the target must roll a d4, subtract the number rolled from the attack roll or saving throw for the next minute. So it's the opposite of bless.
So I need to minus 3 from the dragon stuff.
A d4 from him.
I rolled a 3.
Oh, okay. All right. Does Kala need to roll a wisdom save, or
Yes,
is she
roll,
still?
roll me a wisdom save just to see how you do.
Let's see. Still single digits with a 7. Kala will duck back behind the door.
Fantastic. Up next is Gareth. He's going to keep running. He gets another 100 feet.
Real dice, Kala.
Just
Eh,
use the real dice.
I
The
should.
real dice.
We come up
Use them.
to
The real to me.
top of the round.
Do it.
Which...
Do it.
Zeke, can you
Yeah.
please roll me a strength athletics, please?
Okay. I was expecting a death save, but
Oh God.
I mean it can happen.
I'm gonna give you a fighting chance to survive. I haven't
Oh,
even used the breath
okay.
weapon yet.
I was wondering
Yeah,
how you'd make that
Jesus.
work.
Mm.
17?
The stuff in your jar attempts an escape, but you are very good at keeping things in jars. So with a little bit of swishing back and forth, you manage to stop that effort. And that's 4. Reginald, you feel a wisp of something trying to grab onto your foot. But with such little substance there, it doesn't even make a full circle before it's like, and retreats.
Weird.
That is the end of its turn. You do, Ezekiel, with where you're standing, see some more of the sandy, misty stuff disappear into the hole. Reggie, it is your turn. Dragon's up next, then Titus. Reggie.
So I saw Vivi come over with the
The muzzle, and
The
she's
thing.
she's handed it off to Titus.
Oh, okay, so it's already handed off, so that's not as big as a thing.
Mhm.
All right.
Said he wanted it. I gave it to him.
I-
And you're
yep.
hiding, so I don't know where you are. So this is completely meta right now.
He's hiding behind Titus's leg. He rolled a 4, so he is completely visible right now.
Oh,
I
you've been there the whole time.
I did the hide action, but behind Titus this time. So we what do we want to do? I feel like hmm. What is the best way to go about this?
Shit.
Set up for the next round is going to need to happen. So so he is going to move
Mhm.
out from behind Titus
Mhm.
and go. How far off am I from the doors and stacks of stuff?
The doors, you're only like 30 feet away because Titus is right at the center between the doors. From the stacks of stuff, they're like at a minimum 20 feet into the place, so at least 25-ish feet away. And that's just the stuff at the front. This is what was a full warehouse. It continues back 400 feet. The stuff that Gareth is going for is at the very back of the warehouse.
Okay, I'm going to go and I'll get as far as the door, so I'll be able to take next to the door.
Mhm.
With my bonus, I am going to jerk the harpoon and use the reel effect on it to reel my harpoon back into space.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna get you to roll me a strength because it was shoved into a wall.
Stop it, Vivi.
All right, hold on. Of course, my character
I'm
sheet. is
not
still-
the only one who thought about the thing.
What thing are you talking about?
My
What do you mean?
My mind went to a place it shouldn't have.
Stop it. Stop it.
17 on the strength.
17. You managed to wrench it from the wall and have it correctly reeled back into your weapon so that it is ready to go when you need it. Next round.
Okay. I'm going to then ready in action.
Mhm.
Since now I am behind because the dragon face out is that way.
Mhm.
I am going to that if he rears up to make like a facial attack, a bite or a breath, I will fire the harpoon to potentially bind and interfere and
Fantastic.
damage.
Fantastic. We love that. Is that the end of your turn?
That'll be everything for me.
Okay, roll an attack because the dragon's gonna try and bite Titus.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Titus. Doesn't he get advantage?
You do get an advantage.
All right. I added a ranged shotgun so I can roll this way at least for this based on proficiency and everything and don't have to worry about it otherwise. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, fantastic. That hits. You watch as this dragon rears up and you see in its throat something menacing bubbling just below the surface of its skin.
So
Sorry, what?
So that did hit then, huh?
Yeah, it did hit. You hit it in the bubbling thing, because that's fucking concerning, and you don't want whatever that is to come out.
So the dragon then needs to make a DC dex save.
And I've got disadvantage on that still.
Yep.
Yes.
I rolled a 4 and a 9.
Well, it didn't beat
Aha.
it did beat a 15. So with that, then it will take my d6 piercing damage, but the harpoon is lodged in that, and it is taut.
Okay, so how
So
much
it is-
damage?
You just
Hold on, I
pierced
gotta
it in the
look at
gullet.
It is not a lot of damage, but it is still useful. It's only 3 damage, but it now is in place with the taut harpoon.
Fantastic. So, for a moment, you think you see the black of its eyes shift to almost a grey, as if whatever is there leaves it momentarily, or almost does, as it screeches or tries to screech as its vocal cords have been impaled, in pain. There is a moment where it tries to pull back in fear, but it continues as it is still there, still fighting. The black of the eyes comes back shortly thereafter. And that is your turn. Because we're on the dragon's turn, that's right. I'm gonna say, fails that first attack, so we're gonna go with claws. And it is in so much pain that I rolled 2 2s. And neither of the claw attacks that it makes at Titus lands. I need to start using my real life die instead of online die as well. That would be good.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
Mhm.
Not the right
No,
decision.
Well, I've got my box of dice right there. I could start winning. It makes its attacks. It, for a moment, seems a little bit scared. Titus, you're up. Zeke, you're on deck.
All right. Titus.
This dragon now has
Go
a
ahead.
harpoon through its neck as well.
that's not nice.
Cool. I'm gonna hop on its back, grab the harpoon around the front, and try and get this muzzle on top of it.
Roll me an acrobatics check first, because I want to see how well you do at getting on this dragon. And I am going to give you just an advantage because it is kind of held in place a little bit.
Oh, that didn't even leave my hands. It fell on the floor. Ooh. So, wait. I have. Why do I have it? Oh, because I have. Yeah. Oh, so you gave me advantage, but I normally have disadvantage, so
Okay,
it's a
so it's
regular
flat, yeah.
roll.
Probably.
Then it would be 25.
Yeah.
19 plus the 8.
So you get on this dragon, using a little bit of the extra rope, from Reginald's, harpoon. You kind of make reins as you loop around the other end of the harpoon, to hold it in place. And I'm just gonna get you to do a strength athletics specifically this time to see if you can get the muzzle on, and I've got disadvantage on mine. I'm gonna roll my real dice for my other roll to see how I do. Nope, that was my titty. Shouldn't have said that word on camera.
17 plus 7. 24.
Okay, 20.
Nothing ever. That's strange.
You managed to shove this muzzle in place. Using, again, the reins that you've created, you kind of create, a bit like with horses, but also holding its face in place as well as you shove this thing onto its face. It is a very snug, comfortable, somewhat fit, considering it's got a thing on its through its neck. But it is muzzled now. That's your action and movement. Do you want a bonus action anything?
Sure. DC 15.
Let
Disadvantage. DC 15 deck save. Disadvantage.
I rolled a 1 and a 6.
You take 5 points of lightning.
Okie dokie.
Oh wait, sorry. That still gets a D4 too, right? Or is it only attacks?
Give me a second.
All my damage. Get it?
Give me a
Or
second.
is it only?
Give me.
attack?
Will you give me a freaking second?
Well, if you've already
Mm.
used, have you already used it this round?
Tax and it's for tax to deal D4s for extra damage. That's what that D4 is for.
So for attacks, okay, never mind.
No, it's for your for a D4 for extra damage.
Yeah, but when I make an attack,
It wasn't an attack; it's a special feature.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
All good. Is that the end of your turn? Fantastic.
Oh, your weapon's getting large too. Just saying.
Is that as well?
So
Yeah, I
whatever.
know.
So whatever weapon you
I
have.
did that the last one.
Zeke,
It's humongous.
Zeke, you're up. Vivi, you're on deck.
Okay.
Zeke, what would you like to do in this moment? You're muted. I can't hear you.
Sorry, that is a very good question. What do I like see from this creature? Like, what type is he like? Being less aggressive?
What exactly do you like? What are you trying to discern?
Well, I'm guessing that he can see that a muzzle has been put on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the question really is, and Zeke has no idea because it's not like anybody's talked about it. It's like, are we trying not to kill this creature, or are we trying to just, out slaughter it?
Roll me an insight.
I'm good at those.
Actually, roll me 1 insight and 1 animal handling.
I'm good at both of those. Insight, you're looking.
It's all the kids.
It is 14.
Mm-hmm.
Animal handling. Also 14.
I'm gonna roll a d20, and this is gonna determine how nice I am. I rolled a nat 20 on a useless roll. I guess I'll be nice then. With the animal handling and the insight together, you kind of get the idea that this dragon is behaving in a way that, if someone was describing to you how a dragon should behave, all things considered from rumors and stuff, that's how a dragon would behave, rather than how an actual animal in this situation would behave. So there is some disconnect between the real mannerisms of what this creature is doing and what real animals in real situations of danger would be doing. And you know this because you're used to, like, creatures and stuff. This animal is not going with the flow of nature. This animal is being puppeted in some way to make it do stuff. General insight check. I'm gonna go around to all of you guys as well. Vivi. In Vivi's mind, are we trying to kill this creature or not?
I'm thinking well, first off, what does the muzzle do?
We'll come back to that. I just want just a general, does Vivi think that they should kill this creature or stop it?
I would prefer not to kill it. That's
Okay.
her.
Cool. Carla. Is Carla thinking kill it or stop it?
stop it. That's why she made the muzzle.
Fantastic. Reggie, kill it or stop it.
Oh, kill it.
Titus, I'm presuming kill it, but I'll offer again, kill it or stop it.
I didn't go through an effort to put it on. Titus wants this as a pet.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, 'cause
Zeke?
I'm
That's hilarious.
when Vivi saw that,
It's
she got that
young.
funny. She's going,
It's impressionable.
I want to pet it.
Zeke,
I
I'm
really wants
bigger
to
than
pet it.
it at the moment. I would assume that it would probably think, "Oh, this is cool. I'm daddy."
Zeke, you also get the impression that the majority of your party does not want to kill this thing.
Okay.
I
Don't know.
withstand a dragon roar with the nat fucking 20. Vivi wants to pet that motherfucking thing. She wants to give it the tummy rubs. This is how weird
I
she
don't-
is. She doesn't find dragons terrifying.
I don't know
It
if
needs-
Zeke would care too much about the overall
You know
parties,
your kids
Mhm.
want to give it the tummy rubs too.
which
I'm
is
sure that-
exactly what scares him.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly why it scares him. It's like taking a bunch of kids to the zoo. It's like, I want to go pet that lion. It's so cool. This
I
is how
hate
Harambe
lions.
happens. This is how Harambe happened. Okay, this is
Wanna
exactly
pet,
what
Want
happened.
to pet all the big kitties before I die. Even if I get
Yes.
mauled by a tiger, I don't care. I want to pet it.
When I was 4 and we went to the zoo, a lion peed on me and my family. Not long after,
That's-
that lion died. I'm not saying it's karma, but it might be.
It is
I
a
was
very
four.
poorly built enclosure, whatever thing you were exposed to.
Well, it was like the fence, then the barrier for us, and then us. So the lion was like right up against the enclosure. And it just turned around and then peed backwards.
Oh, it sprayed you. Okay, yeah.
It
I
marks
was-
you
Um,
as your
I was-
territory.
I was 4. I was friggin' lion projectile pee height. I cannot remember exactly, but I know one of us got it in our mouths. Might have been me. My brother hid behind the rest of us. He was okay. The other 3 members of my family that were there, so me, my dad, my 2 brothers were there. My mum was at work. One of us got peed in the mouth. One brother hid behind the others. The other 2 just got pee on them. I don't like lions. But that lion got what it deserved. Anyway, this has been a side tangent that wasn't needed for this, and it's on the internet forever now, so there's that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, continue as
Love
you
the
were.
internet.
Hi, internet.
Yeah,
Oh, that
so
hurt.
because he's got his kids with him, it's I don't know what he would do for this. Let me. I'm gonna use my new weapon that was given to me.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna put away my butterfly net thing that is shaped like a vase and bring out the
I'm gonna say you also have a giant cork with it so that you can just cork the people in there so they don't have to do another roll.
Oh, cool! I want to do that. If you would do that, free action, bonus action, what?
Free action. I'll just say free action because you're putting it away.
Okay. Titus, you have to remind me how to pronounce this. Is a Yakwa?
Wyalka.
Wyalka. Okay, I'm gonna use my Wyalka that was given to me. To make an attack against a creature non-lethal damage.
Mm-hmm.
So he harpooned it in the neck. The
Mhm.
harpoon's still there, isn't
The
it?
harpoon is still there. Titus is currently using it as like a reins kind of situation.
Okay, so we don't want to pass out because then it's gonna drown.
It will not drown.
It's an
Yeah, well-
aquatic black dragon.
All
It's
black
got
all
gills.
black dragons have the ability to breathe air and water.
Yeah. It's a big
Yeah,
old
but-
guppy, that's what it is.
If it's like unconscious, does it still breathe water?
Think
Yes.
fish. Just think
fish.
Okay.
An unconscious
Okay,
fish will still survive in water.
I will try to do non-lethal damage. I'm gonna target the neck area
Mm-hmm.
Only because I'm hoping that it might, stop its breathing for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll make an attack.
Roll me an attack.
Do you, since it's a targeted strike, do you want me to go with disadvantage so it'll be just
Roll
regular
me
or-
just roll me a general attack, and I'll tell you how well you do based on your numbers.
Let's see, that is a 19.
Okay. You don't hit directly on the harpoon, but you get right next to it, and considering it's its neck, it is quite tender area anyway. So, roll me damage, please.
Okay. Nope, wrong dice. 7. Plus 2 necrotic. I don't know how I do non-lethal necrotic damage, but sure.
How nice would you like me to be?
Very nice. Please.
I mean,
Because you love us and you made us laugh, and I almost choked on my water with your story.
I'm gonna roll.
So you
I'm
have
gonna roll a d20. It's gonna tell you how nice I'm gonna be. Because
Don't
you've
lie and
rolled
pee on us.
exactly what I need to do something very nice. 17.
Is that good or bad?
how many of my children do
You-
I need to sacrifice to make it good?
You thwack.
That got
This
dark
thing-
very quickly.
You thwack this thing in the throat with your weapon, and you feel the screech of pain. As that happens, you see the same thing Reginald did with his strike in the throat. The pain has fought it through whatever possession was going on. And the last wisps of darkness fade from it. Its eyes clear, and it is now just a dragon. There is no more possession happening at the moment.
Sounds all good, but it could also still be bad.
You have taken this dragon down nearly 100 hit points over this fight, so it's in a lot of pain and it's not happy, but it is no longer being manipulated by outside forces. So there is a chance if you guys notice this, and Titus, Carl, Vivi, you're up really close as well. You guys will immediately see its eyes clearing. Reggie, you noticed this happened before, so I'm going to give you just roll and I'll tell you whether or not you see it. Carla, you're kind of hiding, so you probably don't see it immediately. You probably have this moment of like, oh, we could potentially be nice to this dragon, or we may need to still kill it, but it's no longer being outwardly affected.
Okay.
I got a 7 on that.
Oh, what?
A 7.
You don't notice this because it's kind of thrashing its head around after getting whacked.
Sure.
I still have my
Big one on
bonus
the line.
action.
Sorry, what was that?
I still have my bonus action.
You
I'm
do.
trying to decide.
And free action if you want to say anything.
Can I use my bonus action for animal handling, maybe? Or no?
Explain to me what you want to do, and I might let you do it.
Well, the way that I've seen, or envisioned Ezekiel being the cleanser of the seas and how he got that title,
Mm-hmm.
he wouldn't have just wiped out that species just willy-nilly. He would have
Well,
put some effort into things.
our original thought was that you just ate them, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But still wiped out that species.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't have done it if there was like no like real other way
Mhm.
to handle the situation.
Yeah.
It's like, invasive species type of deal.
Yeah, it's like
So-
the lionfish that are currently along Florida. There's no way to safely remove them other than straight killing them.
And the pythons in Florida too. But yeah, so
This episode brought to you by the Florida Tourism Bureau.
yeah.
Please come.
So he
kill our
wants to
wildlife.
try. He wants to try to calm the beast.
Mm-hmm. How are you
Like-
doing that?
Probably the dumbest way possible. Like he just whacked this thing in the neck, and he's gonna like rub its neck like you would do like the chin of a cat.
You are a fair distance away from its neck. You are closer to its tail.
Oh, I thought I hit it in the neck.
Yeah, I thought. Oh, I thought you were throwing the weapon. That's fine. You will have moved up then. That's fine.
Oh, sorry.
If you wanna give it a rub, rub
Okay.
away.
I will rub away.
Okay. Roll me an animal handling.
That is not as good as the first one. An 11.
It doesn't really notice the hands on it, because its neck is just radiating pain right now. So it's not reacting negatively to you because there's a giant harpoon in its neck and it's kind of focused on that pain, but it also doesn't register anything else is going on.
Cool. I will just awkwardly rub this dragon's neck as everyone else has their turn.
Fantastic. Up next is Vivi. Color, you are on deck.
Okay, so what are we doing? Are we gonna kill the thing? Are we gonna try to subdue it? Are we keeping it as a pet?
You are able to see Zeke rubbing its neck at this point as well,
Okay.
because he's right underneath you.
Does it still need to have the harpoon in its neck? Looking at Ezekiel. I mean, Reginald.
What does? Of course, I don't even understand why he's rubbing it. This. Oh my god.
Cause he's a
Hold
father.
yourself
And
over there.
how many kids? How many kids does he have again? I keep forgetting.
34.
He's got 34
33 at the
kids.
moment.
Okay, 33 children who are literally watching from his pouch of his loins on what's going on. So
You have to do the math. You have to do the math. There's one less now.
That's still 33. I took that into account.
Is the dragon trying to do anything, or is it just looks really confused?
It just looks in pain right now. You can roll an insight check as a bonus if you would like to try and tell its mood now, how much sentience it has, anything like that. That would be a bonus because you're specifically using this to determine later actions. I'll say it's a bonus.
Because it doesn't have the black in its eyes and whatnot. It kind of looks. Yeah, I'm gonna do an insight and just see. 11.
This creature definitely has some sort of sentience, but at the moment all you're seeing is pain.
Okay. Who's trying to get my attention?
No one. I was putting you in memorable quotes for saying he has 33 children watching from the pouch of his loins.
That was pretty great.
Pocket singers. Sorry, people. I don't think when I speak. I don't. I really don't.
Same.
Inventory. All right. I am going to. Oh wait. I'm more of an offensive kind of person. I don't have any healing.
That's my shtick.
Yeah, that is your shtick. really don't want to hurt it now. I really don't. I kind of feel bad that it's a baby. It's hurt. So I am going to try and use my black tentacles. Since how big is this thing again?
It's a young black dragon, so it is. Let me just go. Where is its size? It doesn't say what size it is.
I feel like I got bit by a bug. Holy shit.
Largish.
Because largish, so bigger than me, regardless. So
Yeah.
it's got its muzzle on, so it's not gonna be able to use its breath.
Well, it's also got a spear through its throat, so it's not
Yeah.
going to be able to use its
So
breath weapon.
I am going to, since my black tentacles are kind of like a, they do like they give off a cold feel to them. They're like ice in a way. I am going to try and soothe the pain a little bit towards the dragon because I don't want to hurt it now because it's not really being hostile. It's that's what I'm gonna. That's what the oddball.
You're applying an ice pack to an impalement, which I love.
Yes. Trying to numb the pain a little bit, and I'm kind of good. Who's next?
Kala.
Kala. Who's after Kala?
Gareth, who is running, then back up the top.
And who's at the top again?
The
Reggie?
Horde, which is gone, then Reggie. And then the dragon.
Reggie, it doesn't want to hurt us. Can you take the thing out?
What are you talking about?
It's got a muzzle on it now. What's it gonna do? Grr at us to death?
I point to the claws.
If I try, is the dragon? How's the dragon reacting to the ice pack on it?
Since what did you roll for your insight before? It was a 14?
11.
11. Again, same reaction with Ezekiel. It just seems to be focusing on the pain more than anything else.
Okay. I'm gonna do that, and I'm kind of just gonna touch the muzzle a little bit. It's gonna get that good. I'm just here, and I'm going to. If it tries to do anything, I'll make Reggie happy. I'm holding up an Eldritch Blast at point blank.
Okay, fantastic. Up next is Carla. You see, I'm gonna give you advantage on your wisdom right now instead of doing it at the end of your turn, because you see Zeke and Vivi petting the dragon, so it seems a lot less scary now.
21.
Also 10.
21, fantastic. You are no longer friggin' terrified of this thing, because your friends are currently trying to pet and soothe it while it writhes around angrily in pain, but, you're fine to move forward if you need to.
All right. I will save you the actual physical act because I can't sing right now.
Mhm.
But Kala, taking all this in and no longer feeling the fear, she is going to begin singing the Song of Rest, which is for short rest, so it's not going to mechanically do anything. It's just a soothing melody. She will swim forward, place a hand on it, and cast Cure Wounds at first level.
Roll me a persuasion check, please.
Persuasion.
Did you give yourself bardic inspiration?
No.
Yeah,
Would
still
have
like
been
it.
I
Just
don't
gonna
have
make Reggie
anything.
mad.
That would be a 13.
Yes.
The anguished, somewhat screams settle slightly at the Song of Rest. Not a huge amount, but it goes from rage-filled screams more to kind of like half hiccuping sobs.
Oh baby, it's a baby.
How much did you heal him for?
Unfortunately, I rolled my lowest roll, so 5 hit points.
That's still something.
And I come in with the herbalism kit.
Okay, so
Just throw some
Stab
spit
him.
on it.
Gareth,
What?
is that all you're doing with your turn?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You after you comes Gareth. Gareth continues to run, hears the sounds of fighting lessen, and kind of stops halfway through his run and is like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Getting a pet.
It's a dragon!
Yeah, how many people could say they could have a dragon for a pet
Or a friend.
or a friend?
What the fuck? He turns and continues running to where he was going, but it seems less urgent now that you guys are, like, petting this dragon.
Not every day you get to pet a black dragon too. So this is the highlight of Vivi's life right now.
Black dragons are usually nasty buggers too.
We are back to the top of, this, the horde is now gone. So we can skip over the horde and go to Ridgie. All of your friends, well, the majority of your friends, we haven't got to Titus yet, are now petting and healing, this dragon. And
Pouty face.
singing,
Also
and
do the
singing,
pouty,
yeah,
the pouty face.
and singing to it, and, the dragon's now having a little bit of a cry. What are you doing?
I can see the dragon having a bit of a cry.
Yeah. It's very much like, it is a pain sob. It's not just a sob.
Are the tears a different color?
Maybe.
I can make them a different color if I wanted to.
Well, they're not actually
It's,
water, but
Sailing.
Little acid bubble starts coming from its nose.
Just floating up.
Just floating
Oh,
off me.
that's so
Some-
disgusting.
Reggie,
Some-
what are you doing
some
right
poor
now? We are
fish.
still technically in initiative.
Uh-oh.
Phoebe, odds are even this time.
Oh no. Evens. Oh, is that what you've been doing?
I walk over and carefully remove the harpoon from the neck.
Oh.
Roll me a strength, please. Athletics specifically, if you want to be specific.
Oh, athletics! I have advantage in that, so hooray! 18.
You pull this thing from its neck, and you realize afterwards, as you're doing this, that most medical things will tell you not to pull something out that someone's impaled on without a necessary health kit nearby. As you watch a giant glug of blood and acid goo emerge
Is it-
and pool from its neck.
Is it Keith?
No, there is no
Oh.
Keith is not emerging from its neck right now.
Not
Keith
even
has
part
been
of him?
digested.
No, not even part of Keith is coming from his neck right now.
Aww.
I was trying to help. One of you rest of you figure the rest of this out.
Titus.
Up next
We
is
we don't have any health potions or anything, do we?
Just me.
Waste it on the dragon.
I have healing.
let me just have a look at the dragon.
Oh, that's
Oh, I
cool.
have a herbalism kit too.
Are you doing anything else with your turn other than removing this? Are you trying to help
I
soothe
have
the
herbalism.
dragon or anything
I
at all?
did. I only did my part to do that. What I will do otherwise is I will look back in the direction of the warehouse and just kind of spy what's hanging out around the hole.
Roll me investigation, please.
Right.
Do any of you speak Draconic?
Jinx.
Give me. Nah, I speak Primordial, and if it can write in Draconic, I can read it.
I got a 3 on that.
I can, as an emissary of the sea, I can communicate simple ideas to any beast, plant, elemental, or monstrosity with a swimming speed. They can understand my words, but cannot understand them in return.
So it can't communicate back to you.
I mean, it can, I just won't understand it.
I've got Draconic.
Oh,
Aw,
you're gonna
yeah.
feel real sad in a second.
I don't remember how I got Draconic, but I do.
Reggie,
No,
you look around this room, and with a 3 on investigation, none of the boxes are labeled. They are in specific, like, cordoned off areas that each say, like, A1, A2, A3, and you get the idea that people know what's in them by knowing which bay they're in, rather than, like, having the boxes labeled. And that's an easier way for people to, if someone who comes in here, who shouldn't be in here, they're not immediately going to see military grade weapons or illicit drugs or
shiny
the
plastic
souls of
things.
people who have wronged us on any of the boxes. So it's
Well,
just
we'll wait. We'll wait till the next go around to go and see if I'm looking at a box.
okay. So Ezekiel, Titus, you didn't have Draconic as one of your languages? Okay, cool.
Nope.
Zeke, you are the only one that understands the dragon through its sobs, as it says, I want my mommy.
Baby.
The rest of you just hear a grumbling, dragon noise.
I already feel bad as it is because any creature that's supposed to be evil that is legit crying baby snot bubble filled tears is not really evil in her book. How could you be mad to just go? It's okay, baby. It's okay.
I don't know how I got here. That's its turn, because, well, it actually, Titus, can you please, roll me well, if you want to, roll me a, strength athletics to stay on his back, as he tries to kind of get away. Never mind, don't worry about it, he rolled a 6. He just kind of wriggles, but doesn't do much, you're still on his back.
Wiggle.
That's the dragon's turn, because he's just kind of sad that he's got a thing on his face, and his neck is not doing great. Titus, you have the option here to continue initiative or end it.
Oh boy. I don't know what to do with myself. How will I console me?
Roll a d20.
Roll a d20.
What would Titus do in this moment? Is he going to attack a dragon that he wants to keep as a pet, or is he going to be chill?
WWTD.
What would Titus do?
Just remember, you have to do something illogical.
I'm gonna use my herbalism kit and look at him and go, "You're my big baby now." Ooh, go. And I'm like, while I'm still big, use the wrap, and I just wrap around the neck.
So that herbalism kit doesn't need a roll because that's something you shouldn't do.
Herbalism kit is the basic
Yeah.
Healing
Ooh,
potion, so it's 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
Oh, is that what that's for?
So that's gonna be 9 points of healing.
Okay. And with that, the dragon kind of collapses under you. Not like you're not squishing it, it just kind of stops, standing up and just kind of falls to the ground and lays its head out. It's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Still in Draconic.
Soon as battle ends, Titus is not a big boy anymore. He's now a regular big boy.
He's not a giant boy anymore. He's a regular.
Yeah.
So you guys are now out of initiative. Gareth, in the next few minutes or so, will get to where he wants to go. You now have a sobbing young dragon, who only one of you can currently talk to, or at least, as far as you know, only one can talk to.
I don't have tongues, do I? Do I have tongues?
Draconic might not be the only language the dragon speaks.
Unfortunately, I do not have tongues prepared.
I
Uh.
guess he'll speak to him.
Okay, Zeke, what are you saying to the dragon?
I'm gonna roll my own d20. That's a 1. Okay. He's gonna look at him, and in Draconic, he will hear, "Hey, buddy, hey, no need for the crying. Look, whatever was possessing you, it ain't possessing you anymore. But I can understand you. But keep talking to me in Draconic, all right? Just keep that going just for a moment. Do you need any more healing?
Yeah, yes, please. It hurts. You stabbed
Okay.
me in the throat.
Well, that wasn't me. That was the one over. That was somebody else.
It was your friends.
Oh well, they're not.
You're a collective.
Well, yeah, we're a collective, but
Smart kids
look,
know what that is.
you said you're missing your mom, right?
Yes.
Where'd you see your mom last?
When I hatched.
Okay, when was that?
I don't know.
All right, well, she's gone. Okay, and
Oh,
All of you see giant tears starting to
I'm-
pour from this dragon now.
Still on his muzzle
Hey,
that's on
you-
muzzle, and I just see this go, what did you do?
Zeke's used to giving this news to 34 different children. Okay, so it's not anything new. Hey, no, look, hey. So I want to show you something, and he's gonna like bring out his kids a little bit. Now you see all these little. They're not food. Don't try to eat it.
They're
But
too
look.
small
It's
to
art.
eat.
All these little things are my kids, so I get it. As a parent, I understand from my kid's point of view that not having the one parent around is not great.
As you're talking, even though you've brought your kids out to kind of associate with this dragon, if this dragon was a small child, this small child would have ADHD. Looks over itself. It's like, I'm a lot bigger than I remember.
Okay, well, we can deal with that. Let me just tell you. He like looks around everybody, and he heard Titus say that he wanted to make him his pet.
Oh, he did say.
Alright.
You heard Titus say, "You're my
Big baby?
big baby now."
Yeah.
So,
All right. So hey, I don't know what I could do about your mom. I don't think I can help out with that at all. But we can take care of you, including the one that stabbed you with the harpoon gun and everything. I'll make him not do that.
He's not gonna stab me again.
I'll make sure he don't stab you again. That's I can make sure of that. Now this other one, and he
Do your friends speak common?
Yeah.
do you speak common?
Yeah, it's
Do they
just
hear?
not my first talking language. It's not my first
Oh.
language.
Oh well, yeah, they do. But I wanted to finish telling you a couple things first that they don't know, they won't hear. All right.
Alright.
So even though we hurt you, there was some sort of mist about you that was, covering you. I don't know if you saw that. Did you see that?
I saw it when uh, I saw. I haven't seen any. I don't know how I got here. I was with my mom, and then the black sand mist came, and now I'm not with my mom, and I'm big, and I don't know. I don't know how
All right.
I got here.
All right. Well, I'll reiterate. Your mom's not here, so I can't do anything about that. All I can do now is, try to give you some comforts that I can provide. So, two things. This muzzle that you got on you, right? So, it's probably going to stay on there unless you got to promise you ain't going to attack any of them, even though the ones you attacked. And I'll make sure that they do the same.
Am I gonna get in trouble?
I don't think so. I don't really know how to discipline you. So
I don't know how to discipline you.
Okay.
but anyway, like I can make sure they ain't gonna attack you. All right, but you gotta make sure you don't attack them. Okay, you prepared to make a deal with me on that?
You promise?
I promise.
Oh yay.
And then Zeke is gonna call on his deity,
Mhm.
his patron.
Yeah.
And ask if the patron can help him make a contract with this creature.
Yo, dude. There we go. I got the accent. Hey, Zeke boy. How you doing, bro?
And they can hear this out loud now. Well, actually, maybe he'll.
Your
Draconic
god
stuff.
isn't going to talk out loud unless, like, you're like, yeah, you can talk out loud, those guys can hear you.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Last time he didn't.
Yeah, so
He doesn't know not to do it.
if you say that the others are allowed to hear you, he will totally just let his voice be heard, but...
He's gonna stay in Draconic
Okay.
and see if his patron understands him, which he doesn't know if he will. But hey, can you understand me?
No, I don't speak any other languages because I am just a dude. Said to you in Draconic. By your god.
Good one. All right, so here's the deal. I want to know if you could help me make some sort of contract with this youngling here.
I don't do contracts with children.
Oh no, I don't mean you. I want you to help me make a contract with him.
That would still be me. Because, my magic is what flows through you.
Oh no, I'm more looking for like the just the
Witness?
wording and everything. I want him to make a pact with me, not with you or not
Oh,
through you to me. All right.
I understand what you're going for, dude. I really do. But again, a child. And while I appreciate the thought behind it, I am not cool with it.
Well, you gotta view it more like a
Since
pet.
now that we can hear everything that's going on. Oh, wow,
This
my
is
video
this is to
network.
the god, so the god is just in Zeke's head, but you can hear everything.
Oh, I
Zeke
thought you
said.
said that he said everybody can hear it.
I-
Why isn't
if-
my camera turning on?
If
He's
Zeke,
still speaking
yeah,
Draconic.
if Zeke
though.
had said yes, everyone could hear his god.
Oh,
he would've
then never
heard it.
mind.
Yeah.
I'll mute myself again.
All right, so
Also, I feel like this is something that you should maybe discuss with your crew before entering into a binding contract with a child.
well, it's I really don't want him to attack. That's a big thing, and if he says he won't.
He's crying.
All right. Yeah, I've seen 34 crying things before too. After giving them the same news, it happens. I had to get over it myself. Do you have any advice then?
comfort the child before you, like, enter into binding contracts. Maybe get him back to health, snack, whatever.
Just hate.
So,
Yeah,
a
he did
blanket?
his eat. Anything you do about Keith? Maybe.
Keith, what? What
I
exactly?
kind of like Keith.
What exactly
I
would
kinda
you like
liked
me
him
to
very
do
good.
about Keith, who is currently, as far as I can tell, being digested?
Stop it. Maybe put Keith in a.
He's
I don't know. Can
digested,
he
honey.
can you put his like soul in like an object or something?
If you can get me an object, yeah.
What about my vase? The vase thing you gave me.
We're not putting Keith in your vase. That I just gave you that. Take some time before you
Oh.
put someone's soul in it. Get used to it, learn how it works.
Mm.
Maybe ask his
Like it.
friend/lover about an item.
Wait, they're lovers?
Occasionally. They go with the flow.
He's trying to think. Are they? Does Zeke know if are they both male fish or does he know?
They are both male fish.
Okay. He's like, all right, I got some ideas for some objects then. Cool. Thanks for the thanks. I appreciate that. I'll go back to talking with him then.
I will, until you have something for me to put Keith into, I will stop his soul from being digested. Nothing I can do about the body right now. It's what's the kid's name?
Which one of them? I got 33.
Not your kid's, the kid.
Oh,
The
hey, what's
scaly
your
one.
name, buddy?
I don't have one yet. I haven't had my
Oh,
name day.
okay. Wait, hold on. What's your name day? Is that like when someone gives you a name?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna make your name day right now. I've been pretty good at naming things in the last few years. So,
Oh
is that
no.
all right with you?
Can I
Oh my
have a little
god.
bit of time to think about it? It's special.
Oh, sure. That's fine. I'm just saying I could help out. I don't want to just call you, thing.
Junior.
Yeah.
Vivi was just hanging out here on this poor kid's
All right,
muzzle, and
let's-
she's just just gently petting the
Are
poor
any,
creature.
Are anyone else talking to this dragon at all?
No, absolutely not. I am making my way to close levels of boxes with random A labels to go and see what's there. But that guy,
Reginald
the other guy's
Reginald
gone.
deserves that.
Reggie,
I'm not gonna.
please roll me another investigation check now that you're going up to the boxes. Just enjoy.
Kala is singing and just kind of doing a little bit of like cooing to him, like it's okay, all right.
When Zeke isn't
So,
when Zeke isn't asking questions, the dragon is trying to a little bit hum along, but again, sore neck, having a bit of trouble.
she
Uh,
will see him do
let's-
that, and she'll cast another Cure Wounds on him, second
Fantastic.
level.
How much
We
is
will
that?
get significantly better, 17 HP this time.
17. Love that for the
What
dragon.
else can I do? That
Um,
won't hurt. Oh, I know what I
Titus,
can do.
Are you doing anything with this dragon now that it's subdued?
I'm just petting it.
Okay. So are you not saying anything to it?
I guess I'd just be whispering, saying, I can get you big and strong and have many, many friends over by the edge. There's so many big things for you to play with.
Vivi, what did you say you could do for the dragon?
One hand, prestidigitation is going to be cold.
Mhm.
The other hand's going to be warm. And I am gently going to put my hands on its neck, and I'm going to be like a little icy hot.
It does have
Massage
bandages
thing.
on as well at the moment now, thanks to Titus's herbalist kit. So you are doing that over. You're not directly on
Yeah.
wounds, which is great.
And Davy is going to just be all there, buddy. You're in good hands. Pets. Little sucky cup.
Can
Hats.
Davy talk?
Davy's a familiar, and also he's an octopus.
So no,
So,
he can talk fish, but he can't
no.
talk people.
He could talk fish. He mimes a little bit.
Probably really
Charades.
good at
He's good. He's great at charades. But
Fantastic.
when nobody's looking, he'll go, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey."
Reggie, what did you roll for your investigation?
I got an 8.
These boxes are really well sealed. You sniff
register.
one as a way to try and test, and you think that you can smell something vaguely metallic, but you may also be smelling the nail that is right under your nose. So these boxes are held firm, and you can see Gareth, as he gets to his boxes, looks at you and just goes, but the money will come when we leave, and we haven't actually sealed the hole yet.
This was much bigger than advertised. You said it yourself. I'm shouting this down a 400-meter hallway.
The hole was bigger than advertised. We never told you how big the warehouse was.
I should probably actually go do what I said I was going to go do with the hole. It's going to take me hours to make ice walls.
Roll me a intelligence check, please. Ezekiel, were you about to shout something into this shouted conversation?
He was gonna call out to everybody. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, at least anybody over here that even cares, come over here and meet this thing.
It's a baby. Why would you call a baby a thing? That is the meanest thing for a dad to say to a child ever.
No,
so
I've
glad-
said so much worse to my kids. This ain't. Come on, just get over here and.
I've been here the whole time, Ezekiel. Do you not see me trying to soothe this poor kid's neck?
Well, I'm talking about everybody else, and he's like looking for Reginald. He doesn't see him. He's like, all right, whatever. So this thing can speak common. It does understand it. It also speaks Draconic much better. At least that's what it says.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remove the muzzle.
Oh. Are
He
you
speaks in
sure?
Draconic. Well, he switches to Draconic and he says, "Hey, buddy, I'm gonna remove the muzzle. Okay?
Yeah.
There's 3 of them here that have tried to, try to heal you. I can do more healing for you. But I need you to promise me that you ain't going to attack anybody. Don't try to run away or whatnot. We're going to try to help you."
I already promised.
I don't know what you said.
I already
Oh,
promised
shit.
is what he said.
Oh.
All right. He turns to everybody else. All right, I'm going to take off the muzzle. He says he ain't going to attack. He says he's promised. And is it easy to take the muzzle off?
Yep. Oh, good. Reggie, you continue searching boxes with Gareth, and I'm gonna say that's where you are while this is all happening. If you wanted to head off. Everyone else, the dragon lets the muzzle be taken off fairly easily, and just kind of goes, "Hi." In
I'm going to
common.
heal it too.
Okay, go ahead.
Night all.
Night.
What?
I have a herbalism kit if anybody can use it. I don't know why I have it, but I don't know if I'm proficient in it. So
Well,
Um,
Titus can use it if you're not proficient, because he has already used one.
Titus catch. Davy throws the herbalism kit at Titus so he can heal the poor baby.
15 for healing,
shit.
Fantastic.
which also this will be just for players of note to note. This will be the first time that you would see healing magic being used by Ezekiel.
I didn't know
11
you could do
points back.
that.
Okay. The hole, which you can't see right now because of the bandages, is almost completely sealed now. He's only a little bit under. He's at 104 health now. His max is 130. You guys got him down to like
shit.
40 something.
I'm gonna give him a good berry also,
Fantastic. We love good berries.
because that'll be food.
He kind of like trying to figure out how not to bite you. Just sticks his tongue out like for you to put the good berry onto, and then takes it.
He'll drop
Aw.
it, and then he'll hand out good berries to everyone else.
Yeah. That's fine.
I'm gonna give my good berry to the baby because I'm still standing. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I haven't been hit.
You're all good.
I have extra too, so
As you are trying to fix the ground as well, because you have Thingo water,
Mm-hmm.
if you were, and this is the only time that I think it will work, to use the water as a way to kind of, you know how you build sandcastles, you have to have a bit of water to make them?
Yeah.
If you manipulate the water through the sand, you could completely heal the hole, rather than filling it with ice. It
I
would
could
still
do that.
take a while, but
Okay.
because there's nothing actively keeping this hole open, and it was created,
Yeah.
you can absolutely do that. However, you will see that there is a tunnel down there.
So
Sacred tunnel.
yeah, secret tunnel.
Because I had to get a dragon in somehow.
I had to get it. You know what? I'm going to start. I am going to so before I start doing what I can do, I take Davy off my head and I go, kiddo. This is Davy. He's going to stay with you. And he's going to keep an eye on you. And he's going to be your new best friend for now while I'm gone, and I'm going to go seal up the hole. Okay? And then when I come back, I will read you all the bedtime stories that I can think of. Okay?
Okay. He is looking a little bit confused because, again, it's not his first language, so he's not, like, he understands the general gist of what you're saying, but, like, bedtime and stuff, he hasn't learned yet.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
will tell
read
you
this
I
Denny's
will
menu.
tell you a story when I fill up that hole. Okay?
Ezekiel translate.
That's great.
Agreed.
He understands enough. He appreciates the translation as well, because that does help, and he kind of nods along.
Okay. I'm going to put Davy on his muzzle.
The
so he
muzzle's
can-
been taken off
Yeah.
now, so.
No, I'm talking about his muzzle. Muzzle.
Yeah. His schnoot.
I don't know why. Yeah, his snoot. I'm gonna put Davy on his snoot so he could just stare at Davy. Davy's just going to do, tell him his epic saga through pantomime and dance. So it's going to look ridiculously adorable as this little bright orange red octopus is just flailing his arms around and just telling a story. So it'll probably be entertaining for the kiddo as Vivi kind of just goes like maybe 10 feet deep into the tunnel. And then she's going to start working her way up to.
As you're
so
doing
she's-
that, Gareth will come over to you and kind of note the fact that there's a tunnel there and says, "Oh, this is worse than we thought. We'll seal this for now, but I'm gonna need to mark this. This is bad, guys."
Duh!
No kidding,
Hey.
Sherlock.
Hey, Gareth.
Yeah.
So I can kind of save Keith's soul.
What?
Keith.
No. I know who. I meant the what to the other part, not the what to the Keith.
Well, right now he's being digested, and I can save his soul and have him be put into something else.
I'm not even gonna ask how or why or whatever. This bracelet, he takes a bracelet off, was our friendship bracelets. We made it a few years ago. Put him in that.
Oh,
All right. I had some other ideas if you had stuff in here for it, but you sure you want this?
Yep.
All right. I got a really, really nice vase I could put him in.
Friendship bracelet.
All right, he'll take it from him.
Yeah.
And then he'll talk to his deity again.
Chill is kind of like, "Oh, you got stuff?"
Yeah. I got this friendship bracelet.
Oh, that's
I don't know. I was
cute.
gonna. Yeah, I guess I was gonna suggest something a little bit more intimate, just for the fact that I guess they were lovers. But whatever he wants.
A vase is more intimate than a bracelet they crafted for each other?
Yeah. More actual intimate.
Are you suggesting that he'd have sex with the vase?
Well, I don't really know how this works. Is this bracelet gonna talk or anything?
I've never put a soul in a bracelet or anything before, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't make any promises.
You just go with the flow.
So what do you want me to do? Just hold it here, like?
Yeah, you hold it out, and the bracelet glows first in a kind of rippling blue, and then fades to a shimmering kind of silvery gray that matches the scales that Keith had. You hand it back. There is no talking. There's no outward knowledge that this has a soul of a fish in it. But it does now. It is now infused with Keith's soul.
So Ezekiel would notice the difference in color.
He would notice, yeah. You would see it transform in your hand.
Okay. Hey, Gareth. So here's your bracelet back. It changed color after putting Keith's soul into it. I don't really know what it'll do, but
he's there.
yeah, he's there for you. And then he'll hand it to him, and then he'll talk to his deity again, like in his head. Like, is something I can do to any soul? Just put it in items.
Well, to be fair, I was the one that did that rather than you. But if
This is
if you
something you
want to
can do.
learn how to put people in stuff, we can look into that magic. We can do some looking into it.
Yeah, that'd be interesting stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
The
come
magics
in handy.
exist. They just it'll take a while to get there.
sure. Until then, I'll talk to you with and get your expertise opinion on it.
Yeah. We'll see what we can do. This feels a little bit against the grain of, like, nature. Like, someone got eaten and we saved their soul, but, like, I understand in this moment it was something unnatural took it in the first place.
Yeah, well, it's also like I'm not thinking like just to, take a bunch of souls and put them on a wall in jars or anything. I'm thinking more like, let's say somebody is evil, and instead you kill them, you put their soul into a, something, and then you try to purify it.
People are made evil by their choices, not by their essence.
Right, but I mean, if you try to purify the soul after their death, so they don't end up in eternal hellfire, or at least that's what Daddy called it.
I cannot say a yes or no to that just yet. Just what you're saying and what you're describing, like, I understand it comes from a place of goodness, but it is essentially changing the tide of a person's life. They chose the path they walked on. And the consequences of those actions come to them.
Right, that's why they get killed by, I guess people like us.
Yeah. Or they
Also-
kill people like you.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they're choosing to do that. There are some people who are bad because of their circumstances, and in that situation, yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from. But the people who choose to be evil and have choices to be better, but choose not to be, deserve what's coming to them.
Yeah, I guess, but all right. Well, thanks for the chat. Thanks for the help. Appreciate it. You're always there for me, and
Follow the waves.
peace out.
Peace out.
Tubular, that all that stuff.
We will find the waves that find us. And the voice dissipates. I will say, just based on the entirety of everything that's happened here, the order of which the dragon trusts all of you is Carla, Titus, Ezekiel, Vivi, Reginald. Ezekiel and Vivi are on the same spot, but Ezekiel, you're down that far because your comfort for him was your mum's gone and there's nothing we can do about it. So he's not huge on you despite the fact that you helped, just because you, like, whilst he was crying, told him that his mum's gone.
Yeah, he's a realist.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's, like, how you exist. But, it's not the way to comfort a young person who's just that is crying. Titus, the reason that he's further up is because he's promised him snacks and friends and to get him big and strong, and right now he's sad and small and weak, so those kind of promises help. Vivi, you're on,
and yet he's bigger than all of us right now.
well, you said that he shrunk after combat.
No, Titus
the dragon.
back
Yeah,
after
yeah.
combat.
Yeah, well, for him, he's small. Although he's bigger than he thought that he thinks he should be. Vivi, you're on the same link as Ezekiel, not because of any particular reason, but just because you actually. I will reorder slightly. Davy and Titus. No, I had Carla first. Davy and Titus, Carla and Vivi, Ezekiel, Reggie. Carla hasn't done anything and didn't do anything during the fight. So, as in didn't harm him, your stuff was buffing everyone else. As far as I remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Davy is entertaining him right now. This is the will of a child. The only reason that I'm telling you this is if you try and do, like, checks and stuff, it may affect how you're going. Reggie's not getting shit from this dragon. But the rest of you
No.
have a reasonable amount of, like, this dragon will listen to you. For now, I will say this is where the session ends. With yes, Carla.
I was just gonna ask if Kala tried to speak to it in Primordial, if it would understand her.
It would not. It only speaks two
Okay,
languages,
that's it.
which is Draconic and Common.
Alright, continue.
Um,
Yeah, the baby black dragon.
I will say, well, he hasn't agreed to come with you guys yet. You will have to find that out in January. Because this is the last episode of the year. For now, you'll have leveled up.
Fuck yeah.
You are now 1 level more than you were before. And I'll have to tell Reggie
Level
that as well.
6!
When we come back to it, you guys can name the dragon and have a little bit of a discussion to see whether or not he's coming with you or not. And then we will move on to, we'll just do a skiing jump. If I remember what I'm saying right now, because I may not. But for now, this is kind of where you guys are at. You're finishing up the scene that you're here at. And we'll see you guys all next year. As for you guys, we'll see you all next year for Leagues Underneath. This is the last episode of the year just because the next episode would be falling on Boxing Day. And that's not really something that I want to interrupt. I have been Flido Chaos. I run these games and I'm part of Mayhem Gaming. Come join the server for Discord and all of that fun stuff. All of the links are elsewhere. We've got memberships for the channel if you want to support the channel. The cheapest one is $3. All of that goes to stuff like the Zoom and Discord Nitro and all of that fun stuff, and making these backgrounds that we've got and the logos, all that fun stuff. So, yeah, if you want to sign up for that. Also, Concleod, who left, is also, a streamer. He streams on his own channel. He's also the DM for Evils of Inferocuse, which runs alternating Fridays with Eric Dune Rising, the Nemesis Queen. So, if you'd like to enjoy some more shows from us, that'd be that. We've also got one other show, which is DM'd by our lovely Titus. Titus, if you'd like to talk about Planetscape and all of your stuff.
Escape Bedroom Boy, it alternates every other Tuesday. Come check us out next week. We will be on. See what happens when these guys explore space. I'm extremely tired, so I don't really have too much more to say.
You
I'm
you also
Titus,
have map
and I'm the Great
permissions.
Jedi. Sure, that as
He does
well.
amazing maps.
It's okay. I am very busy, so at the moment I'm not taking any commissions.
Okay. Never mind
I
then.
have 3 projects I'm currently working on: swords, lore fairies, and then spastic squirrels. I at the moment am all set on my kind of fill for
But if you're looking
things.
for maps after he's done with those,
Still hit me up. We can talk about timing.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Ezekiel.
I am the lore fairy, and I am not
speaks
all
for
that
the
active on the
trees.
Discord. But my wife is, and she's up there, that one. And she has a lot of fun and has done a lot of games and stuff and different RP sessions and whatnot just through posting. I know she has a lot of fun with it. We both also run a game store in Northern Kentucky. If you were in the area, come stop by and see us. We host D&D also. We also sell a lot of dice and do 3D printing. So to
A lot of dice.
someone else.
Carla, since
Why?
you were talking about Ella.
Hi, I'm Kala. Normally I have a voice, but not right now. I am everything that he said. including but not limited to sick. Excuse me. That's all I'm gonna say. Back to our lovely Vinny.
Oh, wow, this is the first time I've ever first in something. Hot damn. Hi, I'm Pocket. I play the oh so happy that we have a baby dragon and we gave it the love that it needed to deserve after we brutally gave it a beat down. Don't beat up children. It's not nice. It makes you evil. You can find me on the TikTok, the Tumblrs, the Instagrams, Twitters, even though I haven't really been on TikTok much lately. I do the art thing. I kind of want to get back into commissions. Maybe next year that'll be my New Year's resolution, beginning of 2024. Always remember to wash your hands, cover your mouth, and don't spread your germs. It is the worst time of the year right now to get sick.
And
That's pretty much it.
With two of us sick, we cannot agree more. I will also, just as an aside, Titus, you have one blacked out eye. I did want to forget to mention that. Your eye is still blacked out from the scratch, but you are focusing through your other eye, so you still have full depth perception of what's going on. And we can discuss that further next session.
Next year, yeah. Also, hang out with us in the Discord. We are super friendly, we are super chaotic, and we are super loony toony. The more the merrier. You could join us in mayhem. Maybe show up in one of our games if there's ever a new game someday. I don't know. I don't care. We just need more people. We're fun people. Okay? Love you. Good night.
And with that, I will sign off for the last time this year. And we shall see you all later. Bye.
Bye-bye.